Welcome to the Zaxby's pregame show.
Guys, it's back!
Inline skating.
Rock and roll hair?
Calling this thing a pound sign instead of a hashtag? No, the sensation is back at Zaxby's.
The Zensation Salad is back, and introducing the new Zensation Filet Sandwich Meal with hand-breaded chicken, Asian slaw, wonton strips, and citrus vinaigrette, both served with an egg roll. The Zensation Salad and Filet Sandwich Meal, only at Zaxby's.
Here with the general manager at Crossroads Ford Sanford, William Turner. William, how's it going?
Everything's great. Glad to be here.
All right, did you play high school football?
I did play high school football originally from Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Went to Northeastern High School. Played middle linebacker and played on the offensive line as well.
That was a little bit more than I expected. That's all right there.
Yeah, football through and through. It runs through my veins.
I know I really want to talk about cars, but I'm much more interested in talking about these young men out here. I'm looking at E.E. Smith getting off the bus, and it's this time of year where I feel like I can strap that helmet, shoulder pads back on.
Yeah, we always feel that way, too. We actually try to get out here with them. Like I said, just glad to be a sponsor with Crossroads, supporting Lee County sports. Pleasure to be here. Glad for you guys to have us on board. And like I said, more than anything, just excited for some football. Like you said, favorite time of year. There's no place I'd rather be than Friday Night Lights.
Well, I'll be right here with you. So you've been on the job for 2 years at Crossroads, is that right?
2 years now, yes, sir. Crossroads Ford Sanford right here in Sanford, North Carolina. Great deals. We've always got great specials going on. My slogan, come get your big town deal with that small town feel. All the other big towns, they say they can give you a great deal, give you a big deal. Come get it right here in Sanford. If you're driving in Sanford, why not buy it in Sanford, right?
That sounds good to me. If you've got that itch, head on over to Crossroads Ford Sanford, ask for William, and if you don't see him, tell him Chris sent you. They'll take care of you.
Absolutely.
Back to you guys.
Yes, sir.
New Image Media presents the NFHS Game of the Week. Brought to you by Crossroads Ford. Big city deals from a dealer with a hometown feel.
It's my favorite time of the year. Football is back. I would like to personally invite you to come down for your next new or pre-owned vehicle purchase. With one of the largest new and pre-owned inventories in the area, come see us today for discounts that the competition simply can't match or beat. If you drive in Sanford, why not buy in Sanford? Come see me, the deal maker. Come and get that big town deal with that small town feel right here at Crossroads Ford and Sanford.
Tonight's ball game, a matchup of two teams coming off completely opposite seasons. Lee County in the blue uniform, or blue jerseys, kicking off to the E.E. Smith Golden Bulls, and our season is underway. Ball's fielded about the 7-yard line. Head of steam, going to be wrapped up and dragged down just across the 20. We'll call it the 23-yard line. The Golden Bulls ball first and 10.
Play with Jackson, number 6, Jordan Bass.
Chris, coming out, I would expect the E.E. Smith Golden Bulls to come out in a fast-paced air raid offense. Look for some zone reads is what we saw on tape earlier.
Well, LaShawn McCullough, sophomore quarterback, comes out, and I watched him in the pregame. Nice little arm. Gets the ball out quickly. A little bit of a sidearm delivery. The question is going to be what he's able to do under duress, because he's about to get lit up.
Oh, this front four of Lee County strong. Let's see how E. Smith responds.
Number 10, Desmond Evans, lined up at left defensive end. Larry Baldwin, middle linebacker, shows blitz and backs up. And right out of the gate, there's a flag. Delay a game, which is ironic because the play clock never started on the field. And that's a new twist. North Carolina, over the years, has made play clocks on the field optional, but a rule change this year mandated that every team provide a play clock, and we wondered what that might result in, and right out of the gate we've got a 5-yard penalty that backs the Bulls up 1st and 15. McCullough takes a snap, hands into the belly, and that's going nowhere.
That was just your basic inside zone read there. Quarterback was reading backside end. Backside end stayed home, so he handed it off for a 2-yard loss, it appears.
DeAndre Prince on the tackle. That's a guy you keep your eye on. A lot of hoopla around number 10, Desmond Evans, who you'll see plenty of tonight. But the rest of that defensive line is nothing to turn your nose up at. Second and about 16. McCullough hands again, this time around the right side. And the ball carrier is dragged down after a very short game. Sean Kirk on the carry, number 7. And I'm going to tell you, I don't know what the game plan coming in for E.E. Smith is, but I promise 3rd and 16 wasn't something they were looking forward to.
Chris, you very often have a 3rd and 8 play, maybe even a 3rd and 12 play, but to have a 3rd and 16 play, that's a hard one to have right out of the gate, that's for sure.
All right, so 3rd and 16 coming. McCullough surveys the defense. He drops. Protection holds and throws it into the ground looking for Jordan Woodward over on the left sideline, and E. Smith will punt. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, Coach Steve Perdue of Lee County loves to come after kicks. And consistently during the pregame warm-up, we watched the Golden Bulls scuff the snap into the ground, which was one part of the problem.
Or sort.
The second was that the punts were consistently about 30-yard line drives. Tyreek McKendall is lined up with his feet just about the 45-yard line to bring this back. High snap. Here comes the pressure. Evans forces the punter out, and that is a disaster. Tyree Johnson tried to make something out of nothing after the bad snap, and I feel like a bit of a soothsayer there.
Yeah, you predicted that one pretty solid. Lee County came after it hard. The protection from E.E. Smith was not there. As you touched on before during warm-ups, every snap was either high or dribbling to the punter. You know, if you're Lee County, you have to come after that. They did. They had a positive outcome. Looks like Lee County's here lining up on the 19-yard line marching in.
The hand is to A.J. Boulware. Boulware wrapped up in the backfield. He's going to lose a couple.
An interesting turn here. If you look at the right slot, we're looking at number 10, Desmond Evans, at a slot receiver right now. So might be a big body, might be something we see in goal line moving forward throughout the year, see if he can get a toss-up ball.
Well, last year, the coaching staff had a deal with Mr. Evans, and that was basically if he could force a turnover, they would let him play a little bit of offense.
That's not a bad deal for a kid.
All right, there's the pitch to McKendall. Tyreek McKendall goes nowhere, and right out of the chute, this E. Smith defense holding strong.
E. Smith swarmed to the ball. That was number 4, Brendan Tibbs, their middle linebacker, coming across the field to make that play.
Tibbs, one of the leaders of this defense. His mate in the linebacking core, Markel Samuel, the only player from this Bulls roster right now with Division I offers, is another guy to watch. Boy, this wind is howling. Woo! This could be bad. All right, Johnson steps, throws to Evans, catches the 15, but that's going to be about half of what they needed. And Coach Perdue with his first decision, I don't see anybody on that offense headed over to the sideline, so they'll go for it. Fourth and a long 5 coming up for the Jackets. And maybe they've rethought that now.
I believe we're seeing number 12, Trey Underwood, a senior kicker. He's been kicking for them for 4 years now, if I remember correctly. He's on to kick a 36-yarder roughly.
Well, we're going to call it 32 is what I've got there.
32.
The kick is up and through, and that's well done given the fact that the wind is whistling through here about 25 miles an hour right now. It came out of nowhere. So the Jackets break through and hold a 3-0 lead.
Not the positive outcome Lee County was hoping for offensively. I'm sure they were hoping for a touchdown there. But go off with points on the board and have your defense give you great field possession. It's not a bad first 3.5 minutes of football.
Not a bad start at all. And to be fair there, what's lost in that series, Tyreek Allen, the defensive back / punter for the Bulls, his heads-up play, not trying to punt that ball when there was no chance of getting it out of there, might have saved E.E. Smith 4 points there, because had that kick been blocked, there were an awful lot of Jackets there to corral that thing and take it back to the house. So you never know how these things play out. 8:27 left in the first quarter. Jackets 3-0. I just saw a lightning strike. I don't think we're going to make it to halftime.
I don't think we'll be here very long either. But we have Trey Underwood back on for the kickoff here.
Yo, Underwood's a great story, isn't he? This is a guy that came in, started for the program when he was a freshman. And I tell you, it was an adventure. And he has gotten better and better and better. And as a high school football coach, there are few security blankets quite like having a kicker that's actually competent.
Absolutely.
Underwood's been a good one here at Lee County. All right, the kick is away. Fielded at the 5-yard line. Returner's got a head of steam. Going to be wrapped up right at about the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 Bulls as they try to match Lee County.
Great coverage by Lee County, getting downfield, swarming to the ball. You can tell that kickoff team has been practicing, and they are very disciplined. They stay in their alleys. They do what they're taught to do. So that was a very good first and second kickoff by Lee County. Boy, this wind is howling up here.
It is, and we got the wind coming. We got technical issues. I don't know. Can we hear Professor Trent? Professor, are you there? We'll get it sorted. All right, McCullough hands, and the ball carrier's wrapped up and dropped. That's Judah Matthews on the carry, going nowhere.
With the Jackets. The number 50, DeAndre Dingo Prince.
Looks like E.E. Smith has adapted to Lee County's defense a little bit, bringing in what we would call a wing back there, a one-by-one, pulling one of their 4 receivers off, bringing him back to the backside of the tackle.
All right, short completion there for the Bulls.
Run out of bounds for the Jackets.
That's Jabri Humphrey on the catch. Check that. Brian Davis on the reception.
Looking at 3rd and 5 here, Chris.
All right, McCullough surveys the defense. Big play here for the Bulls early. 3rd and 5. All right, McCullough takes a snap. Look at the left. Got a man, but he's going to throw the ball low. The receiver comes back to get it, Jordan Woodward, but it's going to take him back short of the first down and bring up 4th and about 2.
Hello. Oh, hey. Hey, guys.
Trent Nichols, professor.
Hello.
How are you, sir?
I just blew into town. I figured I'd stop by the booth.
Well, all right. It's good to hear you.
Yes.
I've seen you for the last hour or two.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Exciting turn here. E.E. Smith going for it on 4th and 2.
Well,
early.
When you're coming off a winless season, you're on the road against one of the best teams in the state. Why not let it all hang out?
And they get some help.
Something crazy like that can happen as Desmond Evans, he of all the accolades, grants a free first down.
See, I think on that first punt, what it looked like to me is they were going to fake it. But the snap didn't help either.
No, I don't know, man. 3rd and 16, that's a little ambitious, but you could be right, and we'll never know.
We did see some fakes in warm-ups.
I mean,
more
with
fake
the wind,
field goals, but
with the wind going this strong, how are you going to punt it in this wind anyways?
And the wind is in their face
it either.
From that direction. Going left to right on your dial is the wind. All right, McCullough hands. Back's got a little bit of room outside, cuts it back a 3rd time to the outside, and all of that for about a 4-yard gain. Judah Matthews on the carry.
Real good vision there by the running back to go ahead and keep bouncing. His right tackle had a good seal. Desmond Evans came inside into B gap. Right tackle sealed him. Running back saw it, bounced right outside. It was a good play. Good play by the Bulls.
Well, and with Evans, when you're putting together a blocking scheme for him, there's a lot of different things to do. But the most effective is to probably get him moving one direction and then key off that, whatever's coming to that side. Now, he'll flip it around. He's moved to the right side this time. And the carry is stopped in the backfield.
Running back got a little greedy there, tried to do the same thing except to the wide side of the field this play, and he was eaten up by a swarm of Jackets pretty early.
Yeah, Dalmas Jennings with the stop.
Chris, it'll be interesting to see as we progress through if one of the defensive strategies from Lee County is to flip Desmond Evans to the wide side of the field. If they're putting him to the field side instead of the sideline side.
All right, throw is out. Reeled in there. And going laterally.
Coach pass is complete. Tackle on the play by the Jackets.
Brian Davis
Larry Baldwin
with his second reception. And Baldwin is normal all over the field for the Jackets.
Brian Davis coming in at 6'2", 185. That's a good-looking kid right there, Chris.
Yes, sir.
Looks like he could tote the ball pretty well. Saw some pretty good lateral speed. They'll be interested to see if he has any vertical speed moving forward.
All right, another fourth down. Bulls going for it again. Man in motion.
Tried to draw the offsides again this time. Same motion as the previous fourth down.
And the Bulls want to talk about this. This is a big play just short of midfield. We'll take a timeout with them. You're watching the Lee County Yellow Jackets and E.E. Smith Bulls on the NFHS Network. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
Are you ready to sell your home and don't know which realtor to choose? Well, not all realtors are the same. I'm Crystal Copas, and I don't just stick a sign in the yard, throw it in the MLS, and hope to collect a commission. I provide a customized marketing plan that includes professional staging, photography, videography, and drone at no cost to you. Contact me, Crystal Copas, with RE/MAX Real Estate Service, and let's get your house sold. 919-356-5402 or visit me at crystalcopas.com.
All right, welcome back to Sanford. Chris Delambert, Nate Cochrane, and Professor Trent A. Nichols on the call as the Lee County Yellow Jacks host the E.E. Smith Golden Bulls. 5:19 left in the first quarter. Jackets up 3-0, and for the second consecutive series, the Bulls will be going for it on 4th and short. 4th and 3 this time. Oh, no. They crossed me up. Here comes the punt. Now, Trent, you said to look out for the fake. I'm telling you, look out for the block. Well, Lee County playing this one honest. It's a low spinner. It's not going far. About 20 yards on the punt as it rolls dead at the 37-yard line. And that's one of those where one of the few times you'll see that Jacket punt rush team sort of play it honest. I think it was a sort of a block prevent defense. But they'll take over 1st and 10 going the other way. And the first series out of the gate, the Jacket offense, not terribly impressive. Came away with a field goal after starting in plus territory following the turnover.
Evans is joining the offense there.
Well,
hey, you know this NFHS Game of the Week is brought to you by Crossroads Fords. Big city deals from a dealer with a hometown feel.
All right, Colin Johnson takes a snap. Now he's going to roll. He's going straight up the middle, picks up a couple. I don't know that was by design, but he quickly read and saw everything was covered up down the field. Good coverage on the play by E.E. Smith.
E. Smith came off strong off the edge there, forced Colin up into the pocket, had nowhere to go. That was a good defensive play by E. Smith. This front 4-3 kind of a hybrid defense here seems to be doing pretty well against Lee County so far.
Bullware looking for space, got none so far, slips through there and picks up a couple. That'll bring up 3rd and 6 at the 40-yard line. Bullware, you know, he's a guy that runs angry, and he will thump you. But if you give him a step, he'll take it to the house. A guy that rushed for about 2,500 yards last year, the #1 rusher returning in all of North Carolina high school football this year. And to make matters worse for the opponents, this guy's packed on 20 pounds during the offseason. Played last year at a hair over 170. He's 193. And I'm not sure if I saw that in the program without seeing him in person, I would believe it. Oh, he's packed it on. That's a grown man now.
Oh, yeah.
All right, incomplete on 3rd down. Coach Purdue's going to call his men to the side and send out the punting team.
Coach Purdue called a tunnel screen there that E.E. Smith was very prepared for and swallowed it up.
I tell you, I'm impressed with this Bull defense so far. We're only 6 defensive plays into the game, but they seem to be well prepared in keeping everything in front of them. High snap, high spinning kick, going to bounce at about the 32-yard line and go out of bounds there. 1st and 10 Bulls.
Throws dead, out of bounds. And E.E. Smith, 32, where they'll have it 1st and 10.
And I tell you, a little dismay maybe with the Jackets, who are not accustomed to coming out sputtering on offense.
No, that was 2 series in a row. They, I don't want to say they stalled, but they did not progress forward to get a first down. So, not what we're used to seeing.
And here comes our lightning delay. So we will take cover just like everybody else here, and we'll pick this up when the referees tell us we're ready to go.
Maybe I'll go tonight.
ME Sunshine.
I've been here in Knoxville town, with my Danny Ray.
An extraordinary talent who caters to music lovers with a flavorful palate. Old-timey signature blend of Americana, gospel, country blues captivates audiences of all ages.
ME Sunshine will appear at the Mann Center of North Carolina Thursday, September the 19th at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are on sale now at mancenternc.org or call the box office.
New Image Media presents the NFHS Game of the Week. Brought to you by Crossroads Ford. Big city deals from a dealer with a hometown feel.
So we're going to pick this up. 3:52 left in the first quarter. E.E. Smith ball at their own 32, 1st and 10. And Deshaun McCullough will take the snap. Fakes, rolls to the right. Looking for a man, got a receiver, picks it up across the 45 for the first down. Markel Samuel on the reception.
If I remember correctly, Chris, that's the first down we've seen from E.E. Smith in this game, dude.
My memory is not good enough to weigh in on that. There weren't many.
It was a nice pass completion, gave them some confidence, looking like, rolling out, avoiding that the pressure.
Well, rolling that pocket is something the Bulls are going to do, I'm sure, to try to keep away from the pass rush. Yellow Jackets can get away with rushing 4 against most teams. Run is up the middle, gets maybe a yard. They can rush 4 and create havoc and drop everybody else, which is a luxury not many football teams at any level have. So getting McCullough out away from that pressure, getting him a good look down the field is critical for E.E. Smith. All right. They give him a gain of 2 on the play, 2nd and 8 coming. McCullough takes the snap, gets it out quick, has got a man again on the right sideline. This time it's Brian Davis with the reception. It'll be close to another first down.
Just another quick pass game we saw there from the Bulls. They hit that outside receiver on a quick screen play with a blocker and got a 3rd and manageable here.
Well, they used to say back in the day that you have to run the ball to establish the passing game. Anymore, you have to establish the short passing game to get the shots over the top. Man in motion for McCullough. He hands. Nope, he's going to keep it. Ball's out. Jacket ball.
Fumble.
That was a jet sweep from a slot receiver coming across. There was a miscue on the handoff, and the read looks like quarterback held it a little bit too long. And
read option there, a little bit indecisive. Kept the ball in the belly and knocked it out. Darren McCoy, number 54, comes up with the turnover for the Jackets, and they're in business at their own 45 going the other way.
No turnover chain. We watched Miami Saturday night. No turnover chain here tonight.
4 wide. A.J. Bulwer in the backfield. Johnson drops. Looking down the field. Looking down the right side for Tyreek McKendall, who's got it and drags the tackler down near the 20-yard line. That'll go for 25 on the play and a first down, Yellow Jackets. And there's a late flag coming out. Des Evans had to be picked up off the ground. I wonder if they're going to get somebody for putting him there.
They do have a turnover lay, it looks like, the cheerleaders down there. They have their Hawaiian lays on. So.
There we go.
Evans talking to Coach Steve Bardou over there, and Evans better known as a defensive end, playing some tight end and slot receiver in this offense. And we thought it might be a one-off, but it appears to be a thing.
Well, Chris, when he's coming in at 6'6", 6'7", that's a big body to try to defend. So
yes,
I don't necessarily disagree with Coach Bardou on this one.
Well, and they're going to let's see what the officials are talking about. An extended discussion. They're trying to make sure they get this right. McKendall was dragged down at the 22. The flag came in late, and they're going to get a personal foul against E.E. Smith. I'm sure that it was perpetrated against Des Evans, and that's going to give him half the distance. Should take that ball down to the 11-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 Jackets just outside the 10-yard line and constitutes another trip into the red zone. Colin Johnson drops, scrambles, got plenty of room, going to get to the goal line. Touchdown, Jackets.
Colin Johnson, quarterback keeper, touchdown, Jackets.
That's offense a little bit more like Coach Bardou was looking for.
I believe they got together early today or something and worked on some offensive stuff, because this is not the same Jacket offense we saw Friday night.
Number 12, Trey Underwood.
Now, I don't believe that was a designed quarterback keep, but Colin saw an opening there, and he took it.
Well, and that's what a senior quarterback's supposed to do. When there's pressure in their face and they see a seam, hit it immediately.
Mm-hmm.
You hesitate there, you're going to do nothing good is going to come of that. Trey Underwood puts the extra point through, and with 2:50 left in the first quarter, the Lee County Yellow Jackets have extended their lead to 10-0. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
Are you ready to sell your home and don't know which realtor to choose? Well, not all realtors are the same. I'm Crystal Copas, and I don't just stick a sign in the yard, throw it in the MLS, and hope to collect a commission. I provide a customized marketing plan that includes professional staging, photography, videography, and drone at no cost to you. Contact me, Crystal Copas, with RE/MAX Real Estate Service, and let's get your house sold. 919-356-5402 or visit me at crystalcopas.com.
All right, welcome back. Yellow Jackets will kick off to E.E. Smith. E.E. Smith looked really good on Friday night, and things not going so well for him here early in the resumption of this ball game. 2 men deep for the Bulls.
Deep for E.E. Smith, number 2,
Trey Underwood to kick for the Yellow Jackets.
Trey Underwood set to kick off for the Jackets.
Jeremy Evans and Daniel Dawson back deep. I tell you what, the weather's a whole lot nicer than it was on Friday. I guess that goes without saying since the storm knocked us out of here, but this is beautiful football weather.
Hey, when you have a 2-day rain delay.
All right, kick is away. Looks like it's going to get out of bounds, and it does, so there'll be a procedure penalty against the Jackets.
Looks like E. Smith's going to take it. They're not going to choose to make Yellow Jackets kick it again.
A little surprising, because you think in a game between two teams where there's such a disparity, you know, broken field circumstances are where you're trying to get yourself in, make big plays. I'd make them kick it again. What are your thoughts, Nate?
Having been in that situation more times than once, I always opted to have them kick it again because I always liked my athletes in the back get the ball in open field and seeing what happens.
Well, the other thing, Trent, too, is you got to account for the fact that the coverage team just did all the work running down the field.
Mm-hmm.
You wear those guys out a little bit, might be a step slow, right?
Yeah, and you got some of the defensive starters right on there. Might as well make them do it again. What's the worst that could happen? They kick it off out of bounds again, you get it right back where you were.
Possession will start
Or a turnover.
Yeah. Yeah.
Worst case scenario.
Or you could fumble.
Fumble.
Hey, on that last touchdown drive, it looks like the play was designed to get to Desmond. He was coming through on a slant there, and the cornerback really did some nice coverage. There was actually a little jawing after the play.
Well, I'm a grown man, and I'm probably not going to get in a jawing contest with big number 10. All right, there goes the handoff around the right side. Breaks contain, gets outside, and pushed out at around the 45-yard line, short of the first down. But it'll bring up second and short. And I tell you, on that, they're running right at Evans, and they're just collapsing that end, and he's getting sucked up into the wash. Really hadn't done anything in the run game thus far.
It'll be interesting to see how they move as Desmond around. As we talked on Friday night, they seem to be flipping him to the wide side of the field, trying to take away those sweeps. So it'll be interesting to see if that continues.
McCullough drops, trying to get it out quick, does. And that's a broken tackle, and he's going to run for a while. All the way down the sideline, cuts it back.
Oh,
and E. Smith
touchdown.
is in the end zone for a touchdown. Jeremy Evans making a lot out of not very much. Wow.
That's a quick turn.
We talk about broken fields. You want to come up and play man. I was going to say, as that play unfolded, that was a broken tackle away from going a long way. Well, he went ahead and broke that tackle and took it a long way.
Absolutely. That was just a basic 5-yard curl. Thought the DB was going to have him wrapped up. He broke it, and it was off to the races there.
Big play for the Bulls. Just when you thought momentum had swung completely to Lee County, they answer. Snap is high. The holder, Jeremy Evans, made a big play on the touchdown. Can't do anything to salvage the attempt, and that'll keep the lead at 10-6. Wow, big swing.
Wow,
We'll see how the Yellow Jackets respond on the other side of the break. You're watching coverage of Yellow Jacket football on the NFHS network.
Wednesday, August the 28th at 7:30 p.m., the Mann Center of North Carolina is proud to present Jim Quick and Coastline.
What's up, everybody? This is Jim Quick of the Coastline Band. Be sure to join me and the boys coming up August 28th at the Mann Center of North Carolina in Sanford. One of the biggest, bestest shows of all time. You got to be there. Coastline time is 7:30. We'll see you there.
Tickets are on sale now. Call the box office at 919-775-5273 or online at sanfordartsandvine.com. Come to the Mann Center on August the 28th and see how we do it down south.
All right, welcome back to coverage of the Lee County Yellow Jackets and E.E. Smith Golden Bulls. On the conversion, I don't know that we're sure whether it happened on the conversion or the play leading up to that, but one way or the other.
Conversion.
Desmond Evans is hurt his hand. I don't know. He doesn't seem to be too hobbled by it, and he's not getting much attention from the medical staff, but it's something to keep your eyes on. E. Smith will kick. Tyreek McKendall is deep. Larry Baldwin sort of hanging out there in the middle waiting to smack somebody in the mouth as the lead blocker. And on the far side of the field, Jaden Chalmers is the other returner.
Number 30, Chris Miller. 33. Correction, Tyree Johnson.
Got to reset the ball.
Yeah, the wind is whistling through here a little bit now.
We saw that on Friday, though, with this E.E. Smith's kicking game, whether it was the punting or the snaps. You know, that's something they really need to try to look at.
Yeah, special teams is something they definitely need to clean up. And I was down. I know you rolled in a little bit late, Trent. I spent an hour or so down on the field watching warm-ups, and a lot of work went into the snaps and the kicking game in general. Kind of a mess. There's Baldwin on the return. He's got a seam, cuts it outside. Good hard running up to the 42-yard line. Jackets first and 10.
You know, guys, I coached with a guy at one point in time. He said there's always three facets to every football game. People don't talk about the third one. Offense, defense, obviously, special teams. You can win or lose ball games with special teams very, very quickly, and
yes,
it's
sir.
always a scoring opportunity.
Yes, sir, and especially at the high school level in the return game where your top athlete might be so much bigger and so much faster and so much more dynamic than the folks he's playing against. You know, it kind of levels out each step of football that you go up. But at this level, you get a real dynamite player back there in the return game, and it can change the game. There's Bullware up the middle, stuffed on Friday night. Bullware's going to the house, 58 yards, touchdown Jackets.
A.J. Bullware on the carry for the Jackets. Touchdown.
That was nothing more than a zone read. They have that design where he is aiming for a target, and if he finds a seam, take it and roll, and that is exactly what A.J. Bullware does. That's exactly what we expect him to do this year, throughout the year.
A.J. Bullware, the top returning rusher in the state of North Carolina, with 2,500 yards last year, played at about 170. He put on almost 24 pounds this offseason, and I asked him, did you lose a step? He told me, and now he's shown me. Nobody's going to catch him when he gets to the edge. A.J. Bullware is a special running back.
Well, both of E.E. Smith's DBs had an angle on him. They just couldn't catch him. Just could not catch him.
Snap is down. Kick is up. And it's good. And just like that, Lee County smacks them back. And it's 17-6, 2:14 left at the end of the first quarter. You're watching Lee County Yellow Jacket football on the NFHS network. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
Guys, it's back!
Inline skating.
Rock and roll hair?
Calling this thing a pound sign instead of a hashtag? No, the sensation is back at Zaxby's.
The Zensation Salad is back, and introducing the new Zensation Filet Sandwich Meal with hand-breaded chicken, Asian slaw, wonton strips, and citrus vinaigrette, both served with an egg roll. The Zensation Salad and Filet Sandwich Meal, only at Zaxby's.
The NFHS Game of the Week is brought to you by Zaxby's, friends, family, and flavor.
Thanks for that, Trent. Yeah, you said as we were going into the break, Nate, that's 2 straight touchdown plays from the Yellow Jackets, and that's the type fast break offense that they're looking for. They've got some dynamic playmakers. You've gotten to see 2 of them. You haven't seen Jaden Chalmers in the passing game yet, but there's not going to be too many teams that just across the board can match up with the size-speed combination the Yellow Jackets are going to put on the field.
When you're game planning against teams like this, you really have to pick and choose who your poison is going to be, and you have to eliminate everyone else and just have that one person kill you. But here at Lee County, how do you do that? Who do you let go? You know, do you let Colin go? Well, he's already rushed for one. Do you let AJ go? He's rushed for one. You know, it won't be long. Jaden will have him one, I'm sure. So where do you go? Who knows?
All right, Daniel Dawson fielded the kick at about the 7-yard line, brought it out for 15, has E.E. Smith set up at about the 22-yard line. 1st and 10, and what was a really ugly offensive affair on Friday night as they've resumed play on Monday has been fireworks on offense. McCullough takes, looks left this time, and the ball's put on the ground. Brian Davis can't come up with the catch, and I think he'd like to have that one back.
Absolutely. Hit him in the shoulder pads. I'm sure they've been working since June on catch the ball with your hands and have one hit your right square in the chest plate and bounce. That's hard to swallow.
To be fair, setting up that tunnel screen they had there that close to the quarterback, hard to get that ball out there, you know, with touch. You don't want to lollipop it out there, but boy, I tell you, got on him quickly.
And that's dangerous.
Yes, sir.
You can get someone killed real quick out there. That's dangerous.
All right, so 2nd and 10 coming for the Bulls. McCullough takes a snap, looking around the middle. Receiver's covered up, got a man right down the seam, can't get to him. He's going to take off and goes out after about a 5-yard gain. I tell you what, if he'd have been able to get his feet set, it was a touchdown right down the middle of that defense. Trent, you paying attention to what's going on over there, buddy?
Yes, sir.
What'd you see?
I saw good coverage on the from the Lee County side. The offensive line did their job. The quarterback just couldn't find that open receiver.
And, you know, we saw Colin Johnson with a really, really good football decision a couple drives ago. There you see the sophomore quarterback. That's the difference in high school football between sophomores and seniors at the quarterback position. All right, McCullough's looking at the defense, sends a man in motion, takes a snap, drops. Here comes the screen, tipped, and falls harmlessly down. Can't find number 8, Jordan Woodward, on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down, 4th and 4, and the punt team comes out for E.E. Smith. Now, we talked about this ad nauseum on Friday night. The exchange between the punter and the snapper for E.E. Smith is an issue.
Mm-hmm.
This is field position where Lee County's coming all out to get that kick.
They're bringing 10.
Watch out for a splash play. McKendall's got his heels on the 40-yard line. He's the only man back, and it looks like everybody's coming, and I think E.E. Smith's looking – I think there's a protection issue. They're going to get a timeout and burn one and talk about it. And while they do, we'll take a quick break. You're watching the NFHS Game of the Week. We'll see you on the side.
Maybe I'll go tonight.
Emmy Sunshine.
I've been here in Knoxville town, with my Danny Ray.
An extraordinary talent who caters to music lovers with a flavorful palate. Her old-timey signature blend of Americana, gospel, country blues captivates audiences of all ages.
Emmy Sunshine will appear at the Mann Center of North Carolina Thursday, September the 19th at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are on sale now at mancenternc.org or call the box office.
When you do, by the time he's a senior, he'll be a top 5 recruit in the country. I don't have any doubt. I cannot wait to watch him play tailback.
He looks like a grown man.
All right, we're back. I don't know how much that made it on the TV. Oh, and just as we said, Lee County sets up a return. McKendall signals for the fair catch, lets it go. Ball's going to roll dead. Ended up being about a 40-yard punt, so that was nice. I'm a little surprised they didn't come after that a little bit harder. Tyreek McKendall, everybody's favorite sophomore in this town, is back deep, and I've got to think he's only back deep because Tim Lett's not available. Mm-hmm. Whether or not when Lett makes it back, McKendall's back there is interesting. I can't wait to see what the answer to that question is. McKendall, for high school football fans in this county, oh my gosh.
He's the guy.
I cannot wait to see this joker get as many touches as he's going to get the next couple of years. And a super, super young man. All right, there's Bullware up the middle again. Tripped up after a gain of about 5. Yeah, we talked a lot about, what Lee County did in the weight room this offseason and the bulk that was put on, none more noticeably, I think, than Tyreek McKendall, who was already a large young man as a freshman last year.
When we were up here looking at him not too long ago, I remember the discussion of he's a sophomore, but it had slipped my mind. And I started looking at the stat sheet we have here, and I go, oh, gosh, he's a sophomore. He looks like a man.
Yes. Johnson drops, looking for McKendall. McKendall's got it, breaks it outside. Dragon tackler's going to have a first down at the 45-yard line. We'll give him 9 on the catch.
Tackled by number 1, Randy Franklin. He seems to be their leader in their secondary from the film we watched prior to Friday night.
I think there's some people associated with this program that assume McKendall's future is at tailback when Bullware graduates this year. Talking with the coaching staff, I'm not certain that that's a lock. They've got some athletes on this team down the depth chart at tailback. They're very running back rich. Johnson looking, got a man. Oh, I tell you what, defender all over his back. They're not going to get the call. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Trying to find Jackson Lamb on the play.
Chris, that's a very hard hard read for the refs because it happened so quick. It was just a 3-yard slant, very quick. Ball came out quick. You know, sometimes that back arm gets wrapped around it, and people don't always catch it.
Well, I caught it.
Well, there we go.
Just playing. All right, McKendall in motion. Johnson pitches to the short side of the field. Bullware's got it, takes on a tackler, dragged out of bounds after a gain of a couple.
Run out of bounds by number 4, Brendan Tibbs.
AJ running that ball with a purpose. I mean,
Yes,
he
sir.
lowers that shoulder, looking ahead. You had 2 defenders, one coming at an angle, one directly ahead, and he is not afraid to lower that shoulder and try to plow.
He's not. And normally the backs that you see like that are big, stout backs that'll get you a few yards. Bullware is the exception to the rule. He's got to take it to the house if you give him a step. But I tell you, he runs hard. He runs angry and has the speed to torch you. Looking for Evans on the sideline, which is always going to be a mismatch on 3rd and 9. That'll bring up 4th and 9 and the punt team for Lee County. So after 2 great series, one that's not so great. Trent, what you got?
This punt is brought to you by Classic Nissan. Nobody beats a classic deal. And if you need some help with that Classic Nissan, stop by First Bank. They make banking simple.
Very good. The punt is fielded at the 21-yard line. E. Smith will have the ball back with time for a play, maybe 2 until the end of the quarter. So
the flag down. The fair catch was called by Jeremy Evans, and we do have a late flag coming in.
This is going to be a halo violation. What do you got? Nate, Trent?
I'm going with jawing. I'm going to go with unsportsmanlike for jawing. Halo's the likelihood there.
I think there was a bumblebee in his pocket, and he had to get that flag out of it as quick as possible to avoid being stung.
I suppose that is entirely possible.
If I was a betting man, it'd be with you, Trent.
Nah. It is a yellow flag, and bees love yellow.
Still waiting for a call.
A lot of discussion here.
A lot.
By white hats.
Of discussion.
You know, guys, if you want to catch up with all the Friday night action, join us Monday on From the Cheap Seats, 9 to 11 on WFJA 105.5. Mr. Chris Delambert will be breaking down all this season's action, and we have the beautiful Brandon Atkins joining us in studio.
I have never heard him billed as the beautiful Brandon Atkins, but it just kind of rolls off the tongue. I love that. That may be his new moniker, the beautiful Brandon Atkins.
Guys, we just had an ejection.
What?
We just had an ejection. I did not see what it was for, but I did see the ejection symbol. The thumb up of the right hand over the shoulder. Someone here was ejected. And I would assume it is a bull by their discussion with their coaches.
Well, we've got
It's been a little chippy. There's been some conversation between players after the play.
Is this somebody that's currently on the field? I'm surveying the sideline, and I don't see anybody getting skinned up.
Although we do have a player walking away.
Yes, we do.
Aimlessly with his head down.
Our grand patrons who are identified by their signs in front of the concession stand. Please take a moment to notice our sponsors on your way to the Hive. Also, a very special welcome to all Lee County students who are here tonight, and also to the Swarm.
Well, guys, having been a coach during an ejection, you don't want to go talk to the kid immediately because, you know, emotions are high.
All right.
On all
Until
realms.
we get a confirmation, I'm not going to give a name and number. I think I know who's been ejected. And we'll let this play out a little bit. But one way or the other, backs up E.E. Smith. This will be 2nd and 4 coming up from about the 16-yard line. That was sudden.
That was quick.
And I tell you, it was getting a little chippy, but goodness. Had to have been some magic words involved there.
Some gracious 4-letter words that you need to go to church for afterwards.
There might have been 12 magic words said.
I think we're going to get a timeout there for the Bulls. Nope, that's the end of the quarter. There we go. I lost sight of the fact we were counting down to it. The end of the first quarter, Lee County Yellow Jackets up 17-6 on the E.E. Smith Golden Bulls. We will see you on the other side of the break.
It's my favorite time of the year. Football is back. I would like to personally invite you to come down for your next new or pre-owned vehicle purchase. With one of the largest new and pre-owned inventories in the area, come see us today for discounts that the competition simply can't match or beat. If you drive in Sanford, why not buy in Sanford? Come see me, the deal maker. Come and get that big town deal with that small town feel right here at Crossroads Ford in Sanford.
90 years ago, First Bank was founded. You know First Bank, the one where you are greeted by name, the one dedicated to the community, and the one born in the heart of the Carolinas.
We help our customers to realize their dreams by providing financial solutions and building trusted relationships. Hi, I'm David Fashee, and we are First Bank.
Welcome back to Paul B. Gay Stadium on campus at Lee County High School in Sanford, North Carolina. At the end of one quarter, Jackets holding on to a 17-6 lead over E.E. Smith, making the trip up from Fayetteville. This is a school with a storied history.
Long time. They've been around a long time. They have put multiple guys in the NFL.
They have. They also have put at least one person onto From the Cheap Seats radio show you can hear on WFJ 105.5 FM. Robert Brickey, one of the great E.E. Smith alums and member of a couple of Final Four teams at Duke, is a member of the crew there. And McCullough trying to keep it. Can't find any room going to the right. Dropped by Baldwin and a crew of Jackets. He'll lose a couple and bring up 3rd and long.
We saw there a little wildcat formation, just trying to follow a lead blocker, and Lee County's back in, swallowed that up pretty quick.
Yeah, back to Robert Brickey, Mr. North Carolina, Mr. Basketball, North Carolina. Trent, you got a year for me? Was that 86?
1986, Mr. Basketball, North Carolina, Robert Brickey.
Yeah.
That is amazing that y'all remember that.
He's on the show with us every Monday. How can we forget? He never lets us forget.
Well, there you go.
He still wears his jacket.
Play is blown up by Evans and Davion Carter. Trevon Hinton is identified as the Bull that was ejected from the ball game. We're still not 100% certain what happened, but it has been confirmed that he was the player ejected a few moments ago. All right, punt coming here. We've talked about the punt game. Well, now Lee County's a little confused about what they want to do returning this kick, and they'll take a timeout, talk it over. And while we do that, we'll give some time for some sponsors to talk it over. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
It's game day at Classic Nissan. The starting lineup. Your captains on offense, number 5, Holden Cruz. And number 10, Jasmine Dole. Your captains on defense, number 55, Wesley Tater Womack. Number 7, Steve Dandrin.
Whether you're a Yellow Jacket or a Cavalier, everybody gets a classic deal. For sales, service, or parts, visit us at ClassicNissanSanford.com or in person on Highway 87, right across from Walmart in Sanford.
All right, welcome.
The NFHS Game of the Week is brought to you by Crystal Copus and the RE/MAX Real Estate Services. No one sells more homes than RE/MAX.
Trent, you're so good at that. You did that with me trying to mess it up. Evans almost gets to the punt.
Hey, we got to get paid by our sponsors, sir.
I tell you what.
You can't mess it
a
up.
little lazy coming off there by some of the return team. Almost created a turnover, but everything ends up okay, and Lee County will take over the 36-yard line.
Where Lee County will have it 1st and 10.
If I was Lee County here, Chris and Trent, I'd take a long shot. I'd let first down. You've been moving the ball well. If I'm sitting here with Colin Johnson as my quarterback, I'm thinking I'm taking a shot right now to try to put that knife a little bit deeper.
Yeah, I'm going right for the touchdown.
Yeah,
Just like turnovers in football, you go for the throat right away. Get it. Put it down.
You have great field position.
I'm watching out for number 17 here on the corner, Carlos Hancock. He's been getting open all game.
Nope, instead you're going to get Larry Baldwin coming around the left side. And he's going to pick up about 6 down to the 30-yard line. Baldwin with his first touch of the game.
Great blocking by your outside receiver there, Mr. Jason Berticia. Yeah, it's such a hard thing for wide receivers to do, to get on block, keep their hands inside, drive their feet, and maintain in open space. That was a good job by the young man. Good job.
All right, Johnson fakes the handoff, looking down the field. Now he's going to run. He'll have the first down and fights his way down to about the 19-yard line. Big gain there. We'll call it 10 on the keeper. And another first down for the Jackets. This time, right smack dab in the middle of the Remax red zone.
Jackets.
Another play that was not a designed quarterback run. Colin saw was seen, got to the first down and got down. It was a good play by a senior quarterback.
Checking the armband. Johnson barking out signals. A.J. Boulware and Larry Baldwin in the backfield. 3 wide receivers in there. Hands to Baldwin. Baldwin's up the middle, picking his way through space. And a tough guy to bring down. Picks up about 6 on the play.
Larry Baldwin on the carry.
You know, if A.J. Boulware is lightning, Larry Baldwin is thunder.
And number 21, Jeremiah Dawson.
I love the old school neck protector, the oversized shoulder pads. He just looks like he's looking for somebody to hit, whether it's on offense or defense.
Last time I had done some Twitter searching, he looks like he is being recruited heavily by some Central, some St. Augustine, some schools like that. So that'll be an interesting go throughout the year to see his recruiting process.
I believe St. Aug's has offered. Boulware's got it up the middle, breaks outside. Good way of picking his through down to another first down for the Jackets.
We're starting to see that normal Jacket offense that we came to expect, and we're surprised we didn't see Friday night. They are very reliant on the ground and pound game, and they are not afraid to put it up the middle.
All right, first and goal now, just inside the 10. 3 receivers in the set, been the same formation this entire drive. Johnson drops, looking for a man on the slant, looking for McKendall. Lucky it wasn't picked off.
Johnson's pass intended for number 2.
Threw it into tight coverage, maybe ill-advised. And that ball was batted around by 2 Bull defenders. But in the end, an incompletion. Second and goal.
Kind of surprising here from the Bulls, we haven't seen a defensive front change. They've been sticking in this 3-4 and not really transitioning much out of it, but they seem to bring a stand-up outside linebacker up.
There's Boulware up the middle, dragging defenders down close to the goal line. They'll pull him down at around the 2, and that'll bring up a big 3rd and goal for the Jackets. Trent, what's your play call here?
I mean, take it, call what you've been getting you this far. Hand it off right up the gut. You got 2 yards to go. You could probably fall forward for that.
Well, Bulls see the gravity of this play, and they want to talk about it, so they're going to burn a timeout. And as they do, we'll take a quick break. You're watching the NFHS Game of the Week.
Are you ready to sell your home and don't know which realtor to choose? Well, not all realtors are the same. I'm Crystal Copas, and I don't just stick a sign in the yard, throw it in the MLS, and hope to collect a commission. I provide a customized marketing plan that includes professional staging, photography, videography, and drone at no cost to you. Contact me, Crystal Copas, with RE/MAX Real Estate Service, and let's get your house sold. 919-356-5402 or visit me at crystalcopas.com.
All right, welcome back. Yellow Jackets at the 2-yard line. Trent, you got a better angle than I do. We calling this the 2 or the 3?
It's looking like they've got about it looks more like the 2.
All right, they're lined up, and we were having the discussion during the break whether or not this is 4-down territory. A new look for the Jackets is they're going to run stacks on both sides. Boulware, the lone man in the backfield with Johnson. Here comes McKindle in motion. Johnson hands to Boulware. Boulware is going to be really, really close. They're unpiling him, and it's a touchdown Jackets. A.J. Boulware with his second rushing TD today. So, Nate, all that new wrinkle, new formation, same old play.
Same play.
I told you, run it up there, man. He could fall forward for those 3 yards and get that touchdown.
Yes, sir. You were right on.
I am
Professor.
Tony Romo.
Dude, all that was window dressing. We're going to throw something different at you, see how you adjust, and then we're going to pound it right back down.
Well, why not? Spread them out a little bit, get them a little bit nervous about some kind of pass, pop them right in the mouth.
Underwood for the kick. It is up. It is good. 24-6 Yellow Jackets. We will be back with the kickoff in just a few.
Wednesday, August the 28th at 7:30 p.m., the Mann Center of North Carolina is proud to present Jim Quick and Coastline.
What's up, everybody? This is Jim Quick of the Coastline Band. Be sure to join me and the boys coming up August 28th at the Mann Center of North Carolina in Sanford. One of the biggest, bestest shows of all time. You got to be there. Coastline time is 7:30. We'll see you there.
Tickets are on sale now. Call the box office at 919-775-5273 or online at sanfordartsandvine.com. Come to the Mann Center on August the 28th and see how we do it down south.
Welcome back. The NFHS Game of the Week. The Lee County Yellow Jackets on top of the E.E. Smith Golden Bulls, 24-6, 7:43 left in the first half. In case you don't know, and you're just tuning in, this is the restarted game. We played about 7 minutes on Friday before we were rained out. Went into the field house with Lee County up 3-0, and it took us 3 days to get back out onto the field. Pretty much the same story across Tri-County. All of the Tri-County teams were rained out. Kick will be fielded at about the 15-yard line. Got a little bit of space. And the same return man, Jeremy Evans, that made the big play with the catch on the right sideline earlier, almost makes a big play in the return game. It'll be 1st and 10 E.E. Smith at about the 28-yard line.
Tackle made there by number 9, Sincere Goldston, senior running back and outside linebacker.
Seems like he's played here for 15 years. But I guess there's just always a Goldston in the program.
He does have a brother who I believe is a year older than him. Don't mark me on that, but I'm about 99% sure that he has an older brother. So you've been seeing that name for at least 5 years.
All right, McCullough is still in at quarterback. Snaps, hands.
He's got room.
Little room up the middle. And out near first down, we'll call it 9 on the run by Sean Kirk.
Good power run there by E.E. Smith. Throwing it back to the old school I run plays with nothing but more than a lead power there.
Well, and Kirk, one of those short running backs that can get lost behind those big offensive linemen. But good hard running, picks up almost a first down. Oh, they're going to give it to him. Interesting spot. First and 10. I'm going to call that one suspect at best. McCullough hands again to Kirk. Kirk's got some space. Good yardage out to about the 41-yard line. Call it a gain of 17 on the play. Oh, I mean 6, but who knows with the spot coming.
How important is this drive for E.E. Smith right here with about 7 minutes to go?
Trent, huge. I don't know, Trent. How big do you, in your opinion, is this a must-score possession for E.E. Smith?
I think if you're going to get any kind of confidence in after what you went through last season, to even be respectable in the second half, this is a must-score situation. And I'm not talking about 3. I'm talking about 6 or 7.
Well, given the state of their kicking game, I don't think E.E. Smith wants anything to do with a field goal attempt here.
My goal here.
So I think they're going to get a defensive lineman lined up in the neutral zone, which is the dumbest call in the world, but whatever.
My goal here would be.
That's exactly what they're going to get.
If I was E.E. Smith, would be to burn clock and end with a touchdown.
Nate, now that you're no longer a coach in North Carolina high school sports,
that's right.
Why don't you get that rule changed?
I'll work on it. Your
defensive linemen aren't even set, and you're going to call it an offsides penalty. It's a ridiculous call, and you see it. It gets called subjectively everywhere you go. McCullough looking for a guy, has a man,
wide open,
and runs out of bounds, or maybe done some more damage out there. Daniel Dawson on the reception.
As an old offensive lineman, I loved the rule because it gave me a yard head full of steam before I had to mess with somebody.
I hear you.
So, but I definitely understand at times it can be quite subjective.
Yeah, I didn't even feel like the defense had gotten set when that flag came out, but whatever. I digress. So, all right, ball at the 47. E. Smith trying to get back into jacket territory. McCullough with Kirk behind him. Hands to Kirk, and I tell you, that went nowhere.
Sean Kirk on the carry.
Nowhere. DeAndre Dingle, another one of those recruits playing for the Yellow Jackets.
Dingle got some lunch.
Yeah, DeAndre Dingle is another young man who's got colleges sniffing behind him right now. He is 6'2", 253.
He is one of those prime benefactors of Desmond being to his left or right.
Well, some other people might tell you that Dez is the benefactor of DeAndre Prince being on the other side of him. Both of them very good ball players. McCullough takes a snap. Evans messed that up, disrupted everything, and then the receiver, Dawson, can't come up with it.
Incomplete. Coverage on the play.
You definitely saw some hesitation there from the sophomore quarterback, Deshaun McCullough. Well, he saw Desmond coming down the pipe, and instead of tucking the ball and running, he decided he was going to try to pump fake like a basketball shot.
And right, Dawson took a look up right as the ball was coming to him.
3rd and 14 coming up. And this Jacket defense, for the first time really tonight, going to get to pin their ears back and really rush the passer. I'm looking for a middle screen here, Nate.
Looking at a 3-man front from Lee County here.
There's McCullough.
They like their
Pressure's
chances.
coming. They run a little wheel route, and the receiver's got it, breaks the tackle.
We do have a flag on the play.
And that's all coming back, I believe.
It's in the vicinity of holding.
I tell you what, Dawson is a nice little ball player.
Flag on the field, indication.
And all of that for nothing. That's going to be a spot foul. And at the end of this whole ordeal, where are they going to mark it from? It looks like they'll mark it from the 47. I'll let them spot it before I try to cipher and figure out what they're going to do here.
Oh, that penalty kills you.
It's a crusher.
Oh, that penalty kills you. You get a good play, you get up, you get a first down. Now you're looking at 3rd and 20.
23, we'll call it. Actually, I'm going to call it 3rd and 24 coming here. And, you know, it was the same impact as a middle screen, but it's a really nice play design.
Absolutely.
They got Daniel Dawson isolated. He made the play, and, you know, it's all for nothing. And interested, I tell you what, I'm so frustrated. McCullough drops, throws it across the middle, wasn't going anywhere anyway, and they're going to get a late hit on the quarterback, or they calling this a hold or a late hit?
They're calling that a late hit.
By number 50, DeAndre Dingle.
Yep. Evans walks away shaking his head. He's about to catch the ire of the coaching staff when he gets over there. 3rd and 24, and you give that up with a late hit. And I know it's frustrating because they haven't gotten to McCullough a lot. And just a hair late on that. Trent, what'd you see?
I didn't see much.
Not much in that, huh?
No. Just a mental lapse on the part of Mr. 10.
That's so hard, though. You pin your ears back, you get free release. Coach finally says, you know what, go after him. And he gets it out quick. It's a judgment call. You know, that's a really hard play for a defensive lineman, especially one as big as Desmond. You know, y'all are smart guys. Physics is hard to beat. I mean, once you get going at a full head of steam, these big guys don't move that well.
You should have just left that statement at physics is hard. Period. Yeah, good points. Oh, my
goodness.
Well, I tell you, this defensive front's energized now. There's Prince with his second big play of the drive.
He came in like a rocket. Holy smokes.
Prince was bringing that purple rain, baby.
Rolled through that offensive line like a little red Corvette.
Let's go crazy.
And his coaches are thrilled with him right now. They teach him to attack the mesh point, which is where the quarterback and the running back meet. And he did just that, and he blew that play up. And that'll turn to a turnover if he keeps doing it.
All right, McCullough takes a snap, drops. Evans coming like a madman off the edge, forces McCullough back up into the middle, and he's taken down with force by Darren McCoy. McCoy gets the sack. Evans gets the assist on that one.
I believe this front four is playing a little angry right now after that roughing the passer. They have taken over this set of downs.
And after the penalty gave them a first down on 3rd and 24, they're right back to 3rd and 20.
Cool. You don't have a play like this in your playbook.
No,
you don't have a 3rd and 20 play.
Nope, and you're looking at the clock, and nothing good going on here. You know, you're going to need something special to happen to convert the 3rd and 20, and if you don't, you got just enough time in the left in the half that you know you got to stop a real drive from the Jackets. All right, man in motion. McCullough drops, looking down the field's got a man. He's behind the defense.
Goodness.
You cannot let that happen. As the defender out on an island gets torched by Brian Davis.
Complete lapse of judgment by Carlos Hancock.
Carlos Hancock.
Complete lapse.
Not a shining moment. And E.E. Smith turns this thing back in their favor.
They said, what? We don't got to play for 3rd and 20? Watch this. It's called execution on offense and soft defense.
You know, Chris, your color commentator hasn't been right yet. So why start now, guys? Why start now?
I tell you, Nate, it looked like on the play that Davis wasn't doing anything special. He was just trying to get behind the defender.
No, that was a basic seam route. Nothing special there.
And I tell you, the defender on the play, Hancock, just got twisted around, and a bad technique on the play. All right, let's see what this front can do. As the ball carrier be stopped for a loss, guess who?
Prince.
Number 50, DeAndre Prince.
Yeah, lost a couple, backs him up outside the 5-yard line.
This is a guy that we haven't heard a ton about coming into this season, but so far, boy, he is impressive.
He's one of those guys that the deep fans will tell you, hey, you know, Dez gets all the press, but DeAndre is a serious ball player.
Yeah, I was impressed with him early on Friday for those first few minutes we got to watch.
All right, Lee County going to get a timeout here. They want to rally the troops, make sure they don't give up anything cheap here. 2:21 left in the half. Jackets up 24-6. We'll take a short break and see you on the other side.
Guys, it's back!
Inline skating.
Rock and roll hair.
Calling this thing a pound sign instead of a hashtag? No, the sensation is back at Zaxby's.
The Zensation Salad is back. And introducing the new Zensation Filet Sandwich Meal with hand-breaded chicken, Asian slaw, wonton strips, and citrus vinaigrette. Both served with an egg roll. The Zensation Salad and Filet Sandwich Meal. Only at Zaxby's.
New Image Media presents the NFHS Game of the Week. Brought to you by Crossroads Ford. Big city deals from a dealer with a hometown feel.
All right, an extended timeout here. Now we'll get back to some football. Little Hank Jr. going through the PA.
It is Monday, baby. It's Monday night.
It absolutely is.
Football.
2 more weeks until the NFL takes the field on a Monday night. So September 5th and the beginning, opening night of the NFL season is upon us. I want to get you guys Super Bowl picks when we come back. All right, McCullough rolls left. And, I tell you what, gets away from Prince and then just going to flip that thing out of bounds. I tell you what, Prince got dragged to the ground.
No flag.
No flag.
Oh, there is a flag.
No, there is a flag out there late.
Back line judge threw it.
Now,
threw it late.
Are they going to get grounding here?
If I was a
yes,
betting
they
man, I
are.
would say
There
it
we
was.
go. Now that's a spot foul.
And a loss of down.
This is gonna
Grounding?
sting. Yeah. You got to get it back to the line of scrimmage, buddy.
And there has to be a receiver in the vicinity.
Well, once you break the pocket, you don't have to have a receiver in the vicinity.
Okay.
You just have to get the ball back to the line of scrimmage, and I think he failed to do that. So it's a spot foul and 5 yards and loss of down. So you go from 2nd and goal from inside the 10. Now you're 3rd and goal from the 22. And, you look at that and you're like, well, it's a guy trying to make a heady play, and I'm not trying to belabor the point.
Sophomore quarterback.
Sophomore quarterback.
Those things are going to happen with a sophomore quarterback.
And, that's something that they'll explain the rule to him. He'll probably never do it again this season. Now you got a false start, and we're at 3rd and goal from the 27 going the other way. Yeah, that's one of those teaching points. They'll watch film, break it down. This is what you do in that circumstance. He may never make that mistake again in the next 3 years.
That was a heads-up play by the young man. He was dumping the ball, trying not to take a yardage loss. You're right. You don't beat your kid up over that. That's a teachable moment. Those things happen. Now, that false start that we just saw,
not a good one.
Not a good one. Yeah, that's a bell ringer right there.
Not a good one. So 3rd and 27 and what looked promising.
The Bulls really have to get out of their own way.
Yes, they do.
They have killed themselves on this drive.
And Nate, this explains how this team went 0-11 last year.
50-50
ball, they got it, and that's going to be a touchdown. And I'm going to tell you, Coach Purdue, Coach Jacobs, cover Brian Davis. They gave him one-on-one coverage out there. The safety way late getting over. And this time, you had a different corner that got abused out there on the edge.
And if you see it before the snap, number 18 knew he was by himself. He put his arms up, telling the quarterback, watch me, and they did.
Number 37, Aaron Wallace there, sophomore cornerback for Lee County. Boy, he got lost on that one.
Yep. Well,
the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away.
Again, we talked about young football players, and hopefully a complete technique breakdown like that was.
We're seeing another lapse on the field here by E.E. Smith and their special teams. They don't have someone to hold the kick at the moment.
What? I don't even know why they wouldn't go for 2 right here.
There we go. Now we have a holder.
All right. 24,
and they are going for 2.
And it's a fake, and it's picked,
and
it's going the other way.
Gosh.
Remember, in high school football,
you can't progress it.
You can't progress it.
You can't progress it. Oh, that was bad, guys. That was bad.
Well, they went for 2. I guess that's why they don't go for 2.
I love the idea of going for 2, make it a 10-point ball game. Oh, gosh.
So the score holds at 24-12 Jackets, and E.E. Smith will kick this thing away.
2 minutes left, though. We can see a 2-minute drive here from Lee County.
So, Nate, All right, you're down 2 touchdowns on the road.
Mm-hmm.
That would have shrunk the lead down to a field goal and a touchdown. But down 2 touchdowns, you really haven't been able to stop this Jacket offense. Any chance you try to get cute on this kickoff here?
Well, a lot of that depends on your kicker. If you have a really good kicker.
Stop.
No, I'm not. That's not where I'm going. If you have a kicker, I don't think I would try a traditional onside kick here, a normal 10-yarder. But Lee County in this coverage has holes on the field just due to their alignment.
You know who would have tried to fake
Donald Simon.
Donald Simon. Don Simon.
Oh, he would have in a heartbeat.
Well, that would have been the 4th onside kick and a half by him. But yeah, in a situation like this, there is no telling what the design would have been anyway.
No.
There were about 8 of them he had up his sleeve and had good kickers that could get those things done.
We had a numbering system 1 through 9, and it was holes for our kicker to hit. And I'm not joking. And right now, if you look right about the 20-yard line, that was a 3-6 hole, right smack dab in between. And he'd say 3-6, and that's where the kicker would put it. Now, as you see, Lee County is moving their back end up, taking that hole away.
Well, I'm not sure it was to move the hole away. I think they figured out that the kick is not going to go that deep. So
touchback's not a reality here tonight.
All right, Chalmers and McKendall back deep. Haven't really heard from Chalmers today, which is a little surprising. And it is a squibber, and it'll be corralled at the 36-yard line. 1st and 10 Jackets. I don't know if that was an attempt to pick one up on a muff or whether it was just a safe way to get the return team off the field. But one way or the other.
In all
1st
reality,
and 10
though,
Jackets.
Compared to their deep kicks, the last one was taken to the 42, 43.
Yep.
That's not a bad, it's not a bad alternative.
And, your up men on the return team tend not to be the most sure-handed.
No.
So you never know what's going to happen on those plays. Jordan Batts, good job getting that ball and getting down. So 1st and 10 from the 36. Colin Johnson leads guys back out. 4 wideouts. Fakes to Bullware. Looking down the right sideline for McKendall, who's got a step. Catches it in stride. And he's going to outrun the defense. And that's a touchdown, Jackets.
Complete to number 2, Tyreek McKendall. Touchdown.
His 2nd of the night.
64 yards on the reception. You talked about guys that impressed you getting off the bus.
There we go.
There's one of them.
There we go. And that was nothing fancy. That was just a regular seam route. I think my guy's better than your guy. And on that play, Mr. Tyreek McKendall definitely was.
Well, and we saw E.E. Smith twice get those plays down the sideline. And what we saw were bad technique, blown coverage, none of the above on that reception to McKendall. McKendall just out-muscled and outran the defense. And when they get that matchup and find out they can exploit it, they're going to pound you over the head with it.
And there was a beautiful, beautiful pass.
Colin Johnson had a great touch on that pass.
Yep.
All right, 1:58 left in the half. Jackets strike quickly to go back up 31-12. We'll take a quick break and see you back here for the kickoff.
Maybe I'll go tonight.
Emmy Sunshine.
I've been here in Knoxville town with my Danny Ray.
An extraordinary talent who caters to music lovers with a flavorful palate. Her old-timey signature blend of Americana, gospel, country blues captivates audiences of all ages.
Emmy Sunshine will appear at the Mann Center of North Carolina Thursday, September the 19th at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are on sale now at mancenternc.org or call the box office.
That's Emmy Sunshine!
All right, welcome back to Paul B. Gay Stadium here in Sanford, North Carolina. It's all Yellow Jackets here offensively. We've seen a couple of big plays for E.E. Smith, but on defense, man, they just don't have an answer.
Oh. Be interesting to see how E. Smith comes out if they run a 2-minute drill type offense or if they stick to their run and try to make it an attempt here. Trey Underwood getting his kickoff team ready to rock and roll. Coming to the 20.
There's a little pooch kick. Be fielded at the 35. Going to carry it out to the 37 where he's taken down there.
Underwood's kick is fielded.
That was Jordan Woodward on the return. Woodward, who was a big part of the offense Friday night, hadn't done a whole lot yet tonight.
Number 6, Jordan Batts.
All right, so 1st and 10 from the 37. If you're E. Smith, you got to let it all hang out. You can't tuck this thing into the line a couple of times. First of all, you got to take some time off the clock.
Yep.
3 of the Lee County scores tonight have been on the first play of the drive. You can't afford to give this ball back to them with much time left on the clock, so you've got to get a first down or 2.
How important is this drive for East?
Is that a discussion we're going to have all night?
We've had this
gentlemen?
conversation. I tell you what, it's man coverage down here on the bottom of the field with Brian Evans again, and they're going to hand it up the middle. This is a recipe for disaster, buddy.
Yeah.
Sean Kurt gets nothing, going to lose a yard, and clock ticking at 1:43.
They lined up in a power formation there, and I think they're just going to try to power it out to the end. I don't.
Well, Lee County's got a pair of timeouts left. If this play doesn't gain positive yardage, I would imagine they'll burn one here. 2nd and 11 after a 1-yard loss. Evans again down here on the bottom, or excuse me, Davis again on the near side of the screen.
Davis. Get him running.
Baldwin coming up the middle, blows that up. Going after that mesh point Nate Cochrane likes to talk about. And there's Brian Davis down the field, across midfield, pulled in at the 45. And I tell you what, they're trying to play this man across the board. Probably a good idea to go ahead and rotate a safety over the top.
Absolutely.
Davis is killing them down the field.
We do have a late flag on the field.
Here we go. And the E. Smith players look
Who's it gonna be this
nonplussed
time?
about it. Ineligible man downfield is the call. That's a killer. And, you know, you normally see that on screen passes and something gimmicky. A ball down the field like that, it's just bad execution.
That's right. That is shooting yourself in the foot time and time again. It's what we've seen the Bulls this first half since we got to Monday night. So that's a shot at the foot.
That's a tough pill to swallow. All right, so instead of a big first down across midfield, it's going to be 2nd and long, 2nd and 14 we're going to call it, with the clock stopped at 1:07. And I'm going to reiterate what I said just a few minutes ago before the big completion.
Lee County has switched their sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
No worries. I think what you're going to see here is Lee County's strategy at the end of the half is going to be determined by what happens on this next play. If E. Smith doesn't pick up a chunk here, Steve Perdue is not a guy to take it easy. And with a pair of timeouts left, I think he'll use a timeout.
They flip their corners.
Lee County here has decided they're going to put athlete on athlete. They have pulled Jaden Chalmers off put him onto number 18, Brian Davis.
That's a good catch, Nate. Yeah, and I tell you, size-wise, athleticism, Brian Davis got his work cut out for him now. Chalmers
Let's see that deep ball again. Let's see what happens.
Well, Chalmers, the UNC commit, headed to matriculate and play his football for the UNC Tar Heels, is now on the field playing corner. You don't see it often, but this'll take some getting used to by Davis. I was trying to get it out quick. Chalmers making sure he keeps it in front of him, brings him down. They'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. Clock ticking at 45 seconds. 3rd and 10 coming up. Lee County going to make me look like a fool and not use the timeout. E. Smith happy to let this thing count down. Little surprised by the strategy there, Trent?
Yeah. It's been working all. I would test it. You got a new corner on him. I know he's a better athlete, but that play right there, you got to go for it. Chuck that ball up.
E. Smith will have to run one more play here. If the clock stops, Lee County will have one play.
Call it back. No pressure. Picked.
Oh, no.
That's going to the – is he going to be able to walk him down? He is not. That's going to be a touchdown.
He floated that one.
That is worst case scenario, gentlemen.
Jordan Batts with the
goodness.
enormous
that was a gimme.
return for a touchdown.
That was a gimme.
That is a soul stealer.
Floated that, just dropped back.
1.1 second left on the clock. Just trying to make something happen, and you float that thing out there over the receiver's head. Batts says, thank you very much, and then outruns the wide receiver to the goal line. What a play, Jordan Batts.
E.E. Smith is looking for a lightning delay now.
I think E.E. Smith is looking for an earthquake cancellation at this point.
Maybe I'll go tonight.
Emmy Sunshine.
I've been here in Knoxville town with my Danny Ray.
An extraordinary talent who caters to music lovers with a flavorful palate. Her old-timey signature blend of Americana, gospel, country blues captivates audiences of all ages.
Emmy Sunshine will appear at the Mann Center of North Carolina Thursday, September the 19th at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are on sale now at mancenternc.org or call the box office.
That's Emmy Sunshine!
All right, 38-12, Jackets kicking off. Unless this thing goes out of bounds, most likely will bring the first half to a close.
If you're Lee County here, you're squibbing it to number 71 there, big boy. Having him fall on it, clock run out, go to the half. And Lee County's going to prove me wrong again.
Trey Underwood, a spinner, reeled in by number 35 at about the 30-yard line, taken out to the left side. Nice little return there by Jarvis Dudley, but that will bring us to the end of the first half, where the Jackets have marched out to a commanding 38-12 lead.
It's game day at Classic Nissan. The starting lineup. Your captains on offense, number 5, Holden Cruz. And number 10, Jasmine Dole. Your captains on defense, number 55, Wesley Tater Womack. Number 7, Steve Dandred. Whether you're a Yellow Jacket or a Cavalier, everybody gets a classic deal. For sales, service, or parts, visit us at ClassicNissanSanford.com or in person on Highway 87, right across from Walmart in Sanford.
Welcome to the Classic Nissan Halftime Report.
Chris Delambert, host of From the Cheap Seats, here with Theo Stratos, the new general manager at Classic Nissan. How are you?
Doing great. Glad to be here.
Now, Classic Nissan's been a partner with us on high school athletics for several years now, and we appreciate that continuing. Where were you before you came to Sanford?
I was in Charlottesville, Virginia.
Okay.
Yes, so that's where I'm from, and excited to be working here in the Sanford area, where an actual colleague that I used to work with for another company, actually we talked, and he invited me to come see the store, and it's all worked out really, really well. I'm excited to be here in the community to support, and all about building strong relationships, and excited for the team. They're doing so well. Yeah.
Well, very good. Sounds like you're all settled in and happy to be here.
Very
That's
happy,
good to know.
yes.
And we appreciate the continued support of Classic Nissan. How is the car business right now?
So actually we're up year over year. Things are going well. Everything is moving great. I mean, we have worked hard to build a strong team. In fact, 2 of the players for the team, their fathers work for Classic Nissan. So a couple of the star players actually. And so yeah, this is like family here. So
What's hot in the world of Nissan right now? What's the hottest thing going?
We're looking at the Maxima. That's very hot. We just acquired the new Body Style 2020 Sentra. We got our first one in yesterday and more to come. So yeah, the Rogue does extremely well. The Murano, we do well here in the area with the Armada, and also the Ultima does very well. So yeah, it's a strong market here here.
Well, very good. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, let's go team, right? Let's go team. We're here to watch the game and have fun, and that's what we're going to do, right? Talk to people.
Yes, talking to people.
Yes.
That's what we do all the time.
I want to meet the people here. Everyone's so kind.
Head on over to Classic Nissan, and she's going to find you the right car. I have no doubt. All this success she's talking about, it's all right here. All attributable to her.
It's all the strong team, so I'm really proud of our team, and again, I appreciate the opportunity to be here to support the community and the school. It's exciting. Thank you for having me.
All right, and thanks again to you and your team and everything you do for high school sports here in Lee County. We couldn't do it without you.
My pleasure.
Have a great night. Enjoy some football.
All right, let's do it.
E.E. Smith is a team we knew from their history to everything we saw on tape to them getting off the bus here at Lee County. It's a big, fast, athletic team. The execution doesn't match the size and speed. Is that a fair assessment?
100%. They've got to come out in the second half and execute every play if they want to have any chance of getting back into this ball game. No penalties, no turnovers, no miscues.
And I really think trying to take this game and build on it from what they went through last year, they've got to eliminate these mental errors as we were talking about, because you want to gain some confidence on moving ahead. They're not going to be running into these Lee County teams every single week, but you got to get your mental game stronger.
Well, and it's a difference between two schools in two different conferences. You've got Lee County, who may be playing the biggest team size-wise they're going to see all year.
Absolutely.
And then you look at E.E. Smith, who's in the same conference as Terry Sanford and some schools like this. This is not going to be among the biggest teams that they see this year. I tell you, could be a rough season for the Golden Bulls. We hope they get it together. But Lee County, Friday, when we started this game 3 days ago, sputtered on offense. Couldn't kind of get the run game working. It was only 6 plays that they ran. But I tell you what, boy, the quick strike ability of this offense with the athletes, we saw it from Johnson. We saw it from Bulware. We saw it from McKendall. We haven't even seen Chalmers yet in the offense really make a splash. But, boy, there are deadly weapons all over this Lee County ball club. Trent, what do you expect this second half, 38-12?
Well, I expect them to continue to work hard on defense. I think they're going to get into doing what Lee County does. I see them running the ball right up the gut and getting that momentum going for a short week that's coming up.
All right, well, we're about ready for kickoff. We'll take you down to the field. You're watching the NFHS Game of the Week. Lee County Yellow Jackets, E.E. Smith Golden Bulls. We appreciate you hanging out with us as the sun is just about to set on a beautiful, beautiful evening.
Great Monday.
Somebody might want to get in touch with the facility managers, though, and let them know probably time to go ahead and pop those lights on.
They don't warm up quickly.
Well, that's kind of my point, Nate.
The lights are on behind us.
Are they? Okay. All right. Then they are warming up. We just can't see them over on the other side, I suppose.
What in the world? We
have a flag on the play.
All right.
Great start to the second half.
Yep. Talk
for
about
the Golden Bulls.
Keeping the mental.
You know, E. Smith made a couple of big plays in the first half to keep themselves within punching distance. But, boy, I tell you, a couple of those untimely penalties against the Golden Bulls really, really, really set them back. And Lee County has just been sort of a juggernaut. It took them a little while to get going, but once they started rolling, E.E. Smith hasn't had an answer on defense.
Be interested to see how they come out in this series. If they stick with that 3-4 defense, or if halftime they put in an adjustment to try to slow down the run of Lee County High School.
All right. Ball falls off the tee. We're going to try this again. The one thing that stands out to me about this Jacket offense tonight is the balance. You've seen a couple of big plays in the passing game, and last year, for the most part, They really only kind of went to the air down the field when they needed to. There's an onside attempt fielded at the 40.
That's a 15-yard kickoff.
That is a 15-yard kick, no return. 1st and 10, Yellow Jackets at the 40 going the other way. And, we speculated we might see an onside kick near the end of the first half. Opening up the second. Is that indicative of how E.E. Smith is playing this fast and loose?
Pop up to the pitcher there.
After the penalty, I don't know if I would have done that. I mean, coming out, I love the grit to try to do that. After a penalty, field position is so important. Lee County's now on, E.E. Smith's 41-yard line going in.
All right, 3 wide receivers split out left. Looking down the right side for McKendall again, who's run behind the defense and has it. Oh, and it's through his hands, or he would have had another long touchdown pass. Johnson led him out there beautifully. And I tell you, from year to year with Colin Johnson, since he took the reins from Jory Perkins, he's gotten better and better down the field. And now this senior year, if he's throwing the ball like that all season, boy, I tell you, that's a weapon in the arsenal of the Yellow Jackets. They haven't had in a long time.
Watch out, Tri-County.
Tyree has got to make that catch, though. Well, that was right in his hands.
It wasn't a great performance there. Did a good job burning the defender. He ran right by him. And I'm sure he'd like to have that over again. Bullware stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Flag comes in on the near side. I'm going to guess that's offsides.
In the vicinity.
I mean, it came out fast. It can't be a motion penalty, or you think they'd have blown it dead. I suppose there could be a procedure penalty, but I'm guessing offsides. Nope, I am wrong. They're going to get an illegal shift on the Jackets. So what do you do here? Do you keep it 3rd and 10, or do you back them up and let them have it 2nd and 15, Coach Cochrane?
I would back them up just for field positioning purposes. At this point, you're kind of six or a half dozen. I mean, Lee County has had no problem progressing the ball 10 yards a play. At the same time, if you can get them pinned back, that has been an interesting turn.
They've changed their mind, and they are going to back them up. So it'll be 2nd and 15 as opposed to 3rd and 10. I think the thinking there is, how many bites at the apple do we give them? Mm-hmm. Are we more concerned about stopping them once or stopping them twice? They're going to take twice.
So that puts the ball on the 46?
Yes, sir. Clock running, 11:40 left in the 3rd quarter.
I would expect to see some pretty strong blitzing coming out here from E. Smith. Looking like they've kind of rolled down, cover 1, might be man. I would expect to see some trouble coming.
Johnson snatches it up and makes a bad situation worse, trying to make a play there. It's going to be marked all the way back cross midfield at the 43-yard line, and now Lee County, as it seemed E.E. Smith did every other series, faces a 3rd and a mile.
Ooh. I've counted 25, 26.
26, I count.
26. Woo.
3rd and 26 coming up.
E. Smith still seems to be rolling down. No one high.
Well, they got man. Well, I'm a little surprised by the play call here. Oh, and I tell you what, that screen was set up nicely for Chalmers, but you're going to get a pre-snap penalty, and it looks like
a false start.
It's going to back the Jackets up even farther. So we go from 3rd and 26 to 3rd and 31. Tunnel screen set up that time for Chalmers. Not a bad play call.
No.
Oh, no. I was wrong. That was
on E.E. Smith.
It's on E.E. Smith. The player's signaling the wrong direction. That'll make it 3rd and 21.
Defensive holding.
Very interesting.
5-yard penalty.
Very, very interesting. 3rd and 21, 10:35 left in the 3rd quarter. Bulls showing pressure. Bring 5. Johnson rolls to his right, looking down the field, forces it in. McKendall comes back to the ball and hauls it in. He's going to get back past the original line of scrimmage at the 40-yard line. It'll bring up 4th and 9, and the Jackets are going to go for it.
Don't see anyone moving on the sideline, guys.
No hesitation from the staff led by Coach Steve Perdue in his second season as the Lee County head man. You know, I've spent a lot of time with Coach Perdue in the last couple of years since he showed up on campus, and I know that he had a pretty good feeling about what he was getting into, but I don't think before he took this job he quite understood how much talent he was inheriting. Colin Johnson down the seams, got Desmond Evans, who drops the football.
Would have been an easy first down.
Yes, sir.
Would have been an easy first down.
And I tell you what, I like him matched up on a defensive back to just keep on running after he caught that. They've been looking for that, Trent. You called that earlier. Looking for Evans on the crossing route. And
well, Evans begs for that
in.
offensive playing time, but if you're going to beg for it, you got to
make a play.
You got to have those hands. He has, ever since he came up with that maybe a little hand issue, he hasn't. I mean, he's been gimping a little bit. You know, he might have a little tweak in his ankle or something going on there.
All right, so E.E. Smith going the other way. Ball at the 41. McCullough hands. Little misdirection, got everybody confused. And ultimately, they'll get 8 and make it second and short. That was Daniel Dawson. It was a great fake to Kirk on the play.
Yeah, it looked like a busted play. They kind of all jumped up in the middle. You couldn't tell what was going on, and all of a sudden, boom, number 28 came out of nowhere.
I would expect to see a few of those misdirections, kind of Hail Mary plays coming from E.E. Smith moving forward. They've got to do something to jumpstart this offense, get their team excited again.
Well, it's interesting that Landon Johnson has checked in, number 84 at defensive end, and Evans is not out there with the defense, as DeAndre Prince just misses a big play but forces the ball carrier out. It'll be finished off by Jordan Batts, who's had a huge game tonight.
Tackled out of bounds by number 6, Jordan Batts.
Well, you get to that. Evans is holding his hammy on the bench.
Well, I don't know how much he's stretching. That trainer's going to come over and take a look at him, but doesn't seem to be anything.
It's 38-12.
It is 38-12, and you got a lot of depth on that defensive front, so we'll see how this shakes out.
He has been playing both sides of the ball. You know, not a lot of rest for those legs. It would be nothing to be too concerning as of right now for Lee County fans.
All right, big third down for E.E. Smith. Third and a long 3.
Here's a flag.
Delay of game.
That's a killer.
Oh.
You have 40 seconds now. We need to talk about this new 40-second clock and explain to our viewers at home.
So in years gone by, the play clock was optional. And as long as you had clocks available at both ends, the teams could use a clock on the field. Nate, tell us the change to the rules this past year.
So instead of the referee setting a ball and then motioning to start the play clock by the moving of an arm, once the ball is set, or once the previous play is played and it is not an incomplete pass, it goes to 40 seconds and starts immediately. So it takes out the time difference from officials setting the ball, because different officials, everyone did it at a different speed. And depending on where you were in the game would depend on the speed that the ball was set and the clock was started. So this 40-second has taken all of that out, and it's going.
Well, and here's the thing. It gives these young quarterbacks one more thing they have to look at, but at least there is something for them to look at as opposed to a silent count going on by one of the officials. And after the penalty and the incompletion, 4th and 8, E.E. Smith will kick this thing away. Lee County, anticipating a fake, sets up the return. McKendall not going to get a crack at it. Ball rolled dead at about the 37-yard line where the Jackets will take it over.
Punt.
1st and 10. You say 25 on the kick, Trent?
25.
25 and 30 seem to be the about the happy spot for the host of people E.E. Smith had punting the ball.
For our viewers at home, I greatly apologize that they did not get to see the E.E. Smith Golden Bulls marching band at halftime.
Lee County might be up big on the scoreboard, but I tell you, their band wins in a blowout.
Man, they were awesome.
E.E. Smith, a school with a great heritage of marching bands, where that is, you know, one of the things that they do. There's Bullware into the secondary, and he is gone.
No one's catching him.
A.J. Bullware, you are my hero. Touchdown, Bullware.
Touchdown, Jackets.
You know, Nate, I wonder sometimes during the recruiting process if teams don't look at the tape for Lee County and say, yeah, but those holes are so big.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what, the vision, the decisiveness that he shows when he touches that ball, he puts his foot in the ground and he's gone. And very, very rarely do you see him make a bad decision with the ball in his hands, and you just can't coach that type of speed. That burst, he's into top gear immediately, and I'm not sure he doesn't run faster with the ball in his hand than he does otherwise.
And his vision, you can't coach the vision either, Chris.
Missed it right. Missed it right.
Oh,
Mr. Underwood.
44-12, and Mr. Underwood's perfect season has ended already. I wondered how long he'd go before he missed a kick.
He Scott Norwooded it, folks. Scott Norwooded it.
Well, I think that's not going to come back and haunt these Jackets tonight. 44-12, 9:06 left in the third quarter. We'll stay here for the kickoff. Why don't you tell us about a sponsor or two, Trent?
Well, you know, this week's game is brought to you by New Image Media, and we are happy that we've teamed up this year with Crossroads Fords because of their big city deals from a dealer with a hometown feel. Come see Crossroads Ford today.
I tell you what, I had a chance to spend some time with Crossroads Ford at Sanford. GM, Walter Thomas, huge football fan. Played high school football, knows his North Carolina high school football inside and out. Not that it's not a lot of fun interviewing and talking with all of our sponsors, and we dearly, truly appreciate. But, boy, when I tell you when somebody starts spitting knowledge about high school football, buddy,
oh, he gets excited.
You got my attention. All right, Underwood to kick off. Jackets up big. A.J. Bullware trying to put his seal on this game. Little pop-up to short. Picked up. There's a block in the back.
And there's a flag.
And the ball carrier's forced out of bounds.
Dudley on the return.
Dudley on the return. The up back getting more work than the return guys today for E. Smith. Nate?
About a 30-yard kick. We'll come back.
Be interesting to see how much longer Lee County has their ones in.
All night.
All night. You're calling all night, huh?
Yep. They'll get some guys in there, but they won't clear the bench. That's not – this staff hadn't done that much. And, well, you know what? I take that back. Being that it's a short week.
It's a short
Only
week.
because it's a short week, you may see some guys get out of there here in the next little bit.
These guys play a game in another 4 days.
That's a consideration. That is a consideration.
Now, week 2, who does the Yellow Jackets have?
Hoke County.
Hoke County.
They're on the road with Hoke County. We will be across town.
We'll be at Pinecrest.
In Moore?
Yeah. Well, that's
okay.
what I'm saying.
Sorry.
I mean, we'll be with the school across town. We'll be in Moore County at Pinecrest, one of my favorite venues in the region.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Where we will be calling the game from approximately 7 miles in the air. All right, there's a handoff. Good hard running by Kirk on the play. Going to close to a first down. But, yeah, we'll be in your stomping grounds, Trent Nichols.
Moore County, baby, Pinecrest.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to go see the Pinecrest Patriots with their Veer offense under Coach Chris Metzger. It's always a fun time there in the Pines.
Yep.
But
and Southern going to have their hands full.
Oh, boy. We haven't got an update from the Southern League.
I got an update at the end of the first
quarter.
quarter. Hoke County up on the Cavaliers 6-0. Okay. Cavaliers rolling out a brand new offense.
Absolutely.
Kind of.
Coach Neal, the head football coach. Oh, what a play.
Wow. Like a missile. Dalmas Jennings, or excuse me.
Darian.
Tackle for the Jackets. But number 43, Darian Jennings.
Darian Jennings. And it crossed me up because that.
He's hurt.
I think it's a cramp. Looks like that leg is locked up. But Darian Jennings, the freshman, is the one freshman that the coaching staff pointed out as someone they expect to make an impact. This team, as it has been the last couple years, loaded at the JV. When you get a freshman up here playing legitimate minutes with the varsity, it's a special player, and he's one of them.
Well, coming in at 14, maybe 15 years old, we're coming in at 6'1", 230.
I'm 47, and I'm 6'1", 230.
And also the student section wearing their
The NFHS Game of the Week is brought to you by Crystal Copus and Remax Estate Service. Real estate service. No one sells more homes than Remax.
Nate, what do you see going on down there? Is that a cramp?
Yeah, I think that's just a cramp. It looks like it's a hammy.
Well, they were checking the stability of the knee a little bit there, but it looks like the focus, the way they're stretching on that thing, that's not a knee injury.
No.
I don't suspect.
A lot of cramping going up. It is the first time. It's the first game.
It's week 1.
They had to get up early and go to school.
14 years old with 230 pounds of muscle, you going to cramp.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Doesn't matter how much pickle juice or Gatorade you drink.
Well, and these boys, today was the first day of school, so they probably didn't get the opportunity to hydrate as much as
that's a
they
valid
could.
Point.
So, it's hard. Friday coming in, I'm sure they were in very early in the building, 2, 3 o'clock. They got fed. They had plenty of time to make sure they were hydrated. Coming in today, it's hard to hydrate when you're sitting in class and, as a previous teacher, sometimes you don't want to let your kids on the first day of school go to the restroom 44 times in a 90-minute class. So
you sound like you speak from experience.
I've been there a time or two.
So, Trent, pickle juice, Gatorade, water, what's your own personal cure for cramps? A muscle-bound guy such as yourself, what do you do to prevent cramps?
Yellow mustard, straight from the bottle.
Ooh. No thanks.
Yellow mustard straight from the bottle. You could even add a little bit of the hot dog water to smooth it up a little bit. Is always good. Back in my day when they would stop by after the game at the lovely Buffalo Wild Wings in Sanford, they would probably polish off about 2 or 3 yellow mustard bottles, some of these kids.
You've got to be making that up.
They would just drink it right out of the mustard bottle.
You're
no,
absolutely
and I
kidding
stopped
me.
carrying them, and I now have packets where I don't have anything, but they have packets instead of the bottles. Yellow mustard, it's a cure for cramping.
Well, all right.
There we go. We learned something new today.
Prince almost got a hand on it. Now he chases that play down. And I tell you what, that's what you want to see from your seniors.
Mm-hmm.
It's 44-12, and DeAndre Prince playing this game like it's a one-score ball game, chasing that play down from behind. Daniel Dawson trying to get to the edge. Prince had other ideas.
That is not an easy trail for a big boy from up front to not only do you miss the pass, but then to get your hips turned and trail and make the play. Very athletic play there by Mr.
All right,
Prince.
now we're starting to see some substitutions come in. All right, so the Jackets haven't gone after a punt yet tonight, and I'm shocked. And again, they're going to drop a couple. Evans back in there on that punt rush team, and McKendall. Well, I tell you what, trips, falls, and catches the punt from his knees, and there's a flag on the play.
Gee, I wonder what it's going to be.
I tell you what, while we change possession here, why don't you tell us what's going on in the rest of the Tri-County, Nate?
When we looked at halftime, Western Hornet is up 17-12 over Douglas Byrd. That's the only other Tri-County besides the Southern score that you already shared.
So
okay. Southern was down.
Now, Hornet Central played their game on Saturday, and they beat West Johnston 7-0 in a barn burner.
Woo. Exciting, 2 teams there.
Hornet Central 7-0 over West Johnston, so they're out of the gate with a W, which is nice.
Absolutely.
But you don't have an update on the Union Pine score?
There was not one on one of our competitors' media apps.
Wow, okay. Fair enough.
Your good friend Lonnie Cox in his first year as head football coach there.
Lonnie is a good friend of mine, and I miss Lonnie. I miss Lonnie being over at Southern. And part of the coaches show, because more often than not, he would actually be the rep from the team that showed up and hung out with us. He's been on the air, on radio, on From the Cheap Seats with Trent and I and the beautiful Brandon Atkins.
Beautiful.
And the inimitable Robert Brickey, Esquire. So, Lonnie, it was a late hire. Kind of came out of nowhere. And I didn't even know he'd been hired. And a couple days after, he saw me at Food Lion. And he, waved me down, and I was like, who is this guy with all this blue gear on? That's Union. What, Lonnie? What are you doing? I'm the head coach, Union Pines. Who knew? But I hope he does a great job down there. He's good guy. Doesn't have anything negative to say about anything ever. And he's got we talk about all the D1 talent up here. He's got a couple D1 players down there, buddy. He's got him a D1 running back, Tyreek McCoy. Yes, sir. Nate knows.
Another Tri-County. Yeah, I had to scheme against him. Another Tri-County score. Triton is on top of Overhills right now, 21-13.
Okay.
So good start out the gate. Now, it's only the second quarter, but good start out the gate for Triton.
Triton, a team that always seems to have playmakers. And if you get them into space, the field breaks down. They got athletes that will beat you one-on-one.
Triton transition. Triton historically had always been a wing T team. And they just beat you to death with buck sweep and belly. And this past year to 2 years, they've started incorporating a few different things. And I think their new coach over there has got the boys really excited.
All right, after the penalty, 4th and 19, McKendall back deep. The snap is high.
Oh, they're bringing
the middle.
house.
They got it, but I tell you what, if he breaks the tackle, he might get this first down. He's close. McKendall. McKendall comes up the returner at the 28 and delivers a bang and picks up a flag for his troubles. Horrible call.
Pop. What a pop. What a pop coming across the field.
Purdue is in the ear of the officials. He's going to lose this one.
What a great heads-up play by the returner.
It was.
What a
I mean, he saved the first down. And I guess they're going to call him coming in high. I don't know. You got two grown men body to body.
He hit him shoulder to shoulder.
It's a horrible call.
That shows, though, guys, how dedicated and how serious this Lee County team is this year. Because a lot of punt returners there would have just kind of hemmed and hawed and pushed him out of bounds.
Yeah.
Tyreek McKendall brought the hammer. Brought the hammer.
Well, in a lot of personal fouls, you'll see the coach dig into the player. He's not going to talk. He's not going to talk to him at all about that. That's a tough call.
Oh man,
tough call.
That's a call. If this is a tie ball game, I don't know if that call's made.
I loved that. I loved the awareness.
Well,
of McKendall.
The fans didn't care much at all for it. All right, change of quarterback, and same result on change of tailback too. At quarterback now, we've got Jordan Woodward, and he hands to Randy Franklin for his first carry of the night and is dropped for about an 8-yard loss. And he's hurt on the play. I think all things considered, he doesn't want to do that again.
That was a jet sweep that he got the mesh point, and he got 2 steps farther and got whacked.
It looks like they need some yellow mustard out there on the field.
You know, in all my years, from playing ball all the way from I was 6 years old all the way up through Division I sports, I never have seen someone eat yellow mustard like that. I've seen pickle juice, and I trust you, and I've heard it, and I've heard of people doing it, but I have never seen someone actually do it.
I'm going to be honest with you. Until I worked for that certain restaurant, and after these games, these big old boys would come in, and they're like, we need yellow mustard. I'm like, what? And I would see them. I thought they, like, lost a bet or something.
See, you should have messed with them and be like, no, guys. Not yellow mustard. No, that's not what does it.
You need mayonnaise.
It's buffalo sauce. Extra hot buffalo sauce.
Yeah. That takes the cramps out because you can't remember your legs cramped because your mouth is on fire.
The old major pain theory.
Here we go. Sweet Caroline.
Bum, bum, bum.
So good. So good.
Well, while we have this break, I'd like to welcome a new sponsor to New Image Media, Pentair. Thank you for your support with New Image Media. I have no idea what you do, but we're grateful that
Pool
you're
supplies,
with
buddy.
Pool
One of the biggest pool supply suppliers in the world.
No idea.
Oh, yeah.
Internationally headquartered right here in Sanford, North Carolina. Our good friends Mike Fowler and the crew over there at Pentair, big supporters of local sports. Mike Fowler, as a matter of fact, the radio voice for the Southern League Cavaliers.
What a great guy.
He and Denny Woodruff,
man.
yeah, Mike
Both
is
of
the
them.
salt of the earth.
Oh, gosh, both of them, such great guys.
Well, Pentair, we're happy to have you, and thank you for the support here on New Image Media as we come to you live on the NFHS Football Network.
All right, after the extended delay, 2nd and 18 coming up for the Bulls. Franklin checked in at running back and has checked out just that quickly. Kirk in motion. Woodward scrambling, running for his life, hangs it out there and overthrows Kirk, who had space to do something had he been able to reel it in. 3rd and long coming up. Woodward adds a completely different dynamic to this offense, doesn't he?
Boy.
Yeah.
He is quick to get out of that pocket, guys.
He's got some dancing feet. Dancing feet, happy feet.
He is listed his number 1 position here as athlete.
What?
Athlete. Wide receiver 2nd.
Is that even a position?
Sure it is.
Means you're
All right,
the backup
McCullough
quarterback.
back into the game on 3rd down. Throws it out there, batted down by Desmond Evans. And that'll bring out the punt team. You got to think 5:59 left in the 3rd. Down 32 points. What do you do?
They're not punting. Oh, they're punting. I wouldn't punt. I'd be going for it. The punter would be sat down on the bench right now, or he could play his secondary position. We got to work some things out, build up some momentum. We're not going to win the game, but let's just keep playing.
All right, McKendall, who was flagged on the suspect personal foul the last time we did this. I want him to get a chance to return this and get into the open field.
Yeah, I want him to.
I want that more than anything right now.
Take it to the house.
And I would not want to get in his way if he does.
Just another example.
Lee County's showing pressure, but they back out of there. And it's a bad snap again. No, it was a bad snap.
No, that was bad snap.
Bad snap all the way. And he saw Evans and crew coming and tried to make something happen. That was not a design fake. So 1st and 10 Jackets on a short field, just shy of the Remax red zone. Yeah, that high snap, that's something E.E. Smith, you know, enough repetitions, you just have to be able to work that out. Hopefully for Bulls fans, 3 or 4 weeks from now, you won't see any of that again. But we've seen it through 2 weeks or 2 different days worth of warm-ups all too often. All right, Johnson's still in the game. Looking across the middle. Throws it between receivers. He and Evans not on the same sheet of music. Split the receivers, Evans and Jackson Lamb on the play. Interestingly, A.J. Boulware checked out of the ball game. Larry Baldwin in as the tailback.
And they have E.E. Smith put Byron Davis covering Evans right now.
Not a bad idea.
Athlete on athlete.
Athlete on athlete. Well, and funny that we say athlete on athlete because Chalmers is not in the game. The best receiver for Lee County, or most seasoned anyway, he is on the bench. So an interesting alignment they've got going on here. And now a second tailback going to check into the backfield. Nope, going to go to slot receiver. That's
Tylee McNair.
Yes, Tylee McNair checking into the ball game.
Junior coming in at 5'11", 180.
All right, Baldwin coming in at tailback is sort of he's sort of the signifier that we about to start clearing the bench.
Yep.
Baldwin, even though he starts at middle linebacker, is the second tailback on this roster. All right, low snap to Johnson. He gets it to Baldwin. Baldwin running hard, trying to get around the left. Squares his shoulders, going to be dragged down at about the 13-yard line. 3rd down coming up.
Good hard run there by Larry Baldwin. One thing he's going to need to do is get that ball in the correct
hands. My fault. 4th down coming up. 4th down.
Athletic events, men's soccer, cross country, women's
situationally there, you have to know, lower your shoulder, get the 1st down.
And of course the JV.
And you saw Coach Bordeaux stop him on his way, and not in an aggressive way, not in a hostile way, but in a coachable way.
Yeah, you got to get north-south as quick as you can on a play like that, and probably tried a little bit too hard to get to the edge and get a big play out of it. Underwood comes through, adds 3, and stretches the lead out to 47-12. We'll be back for the kickoff after a short break. You're watching the NFHS Game of the Week.
90 years ago, First Bank was founded. You know First Bank, the one where you are greeted by name, the one dedicated to the community, and the one born in the heart of the Carolinas.
We help our customers to realize their dreams by providing financial solutions and building trusted relationships. Hi, I'm David Fashee, and we are First Bank.
All right, welcome back to the NFHS Game of the Week. From here at Lee County, North Carolina, the Brick City, Sanford, North Carolina. Yellow Jackets out with a commanding 47-12 lead, 4:10 left in the third quarter. And for those of you wondering at home, Nate Cochrane, would you please explain what happens if Lee County stretches their lead out by one more touchdown?
If Lee County hits a 42-point lead mark, then we will be entering what's called a running clock, where the only time the clock stops is at change of possession. So we're one touchdown away from Lee County High School being at running clock. It's one step closer to us going to eat supper at one of our amazing sponsors.
Kind of hard to imagine that near the end of the first quarter, this was a 3-0 ball game, and Lee County couldn't move the football.
Open the gates.
All right, Underwood to kick. Seen all kinds of different kicks from him. This is a high spinner. Fielded by the third baseman. And dragged down at the 42. That is Jordan Woodward, who's done a little bit of everything tonight.
Little
catch the ball, run the ball, throw the ball, field kicks. Jack of all trades.
Hey, you know, from the cheap seats this week on 105.5, we discussed a lot about Andrew Luck.
We did.
So if all you viewers out there want to catch up with what Master Chris Delambert, beautiful Brandon Atkins, and me, the professor, had to say about the Andrew Luck situation and more, even maybe a little Cam Newton discussion.
Oh. Is that what you call that? A discussion?
Join us. You can get us right on Apple iTunes.
Yes.
Or Apple Tunes,
the
whichever.
Apple iTunes.
SoundCloud. That's where Nate over here, Coach Nate, listens to us on
that's
SoundCloud.
My way.
The Apple Podcast app. In fact, I haven't been home yet since this morning when we did the show at 9 o'clock in the morning live here at 9 o'clock Central Time in Central North Carolina. So as soon as I get to the house, before I do anything else, I have to get the live version loaded up into the podcast. But whether it's SoundCloud, Podbean, wherever you listen to podcasts, we would appreciate it if you go check out From the Cheap Seats with Chris Delambert, Brandon Atkins. The podcast is the capture of our live show we do once a week. We have a heck of a time doing it. Hope you appreciate it. And we would love for y'all to subscribe.
I tell you, your biggest From the Cheap Seats follower right now is my little boy.
Look out.
Because we swing outside when he wakes up early in the morning and we listen to From the Cheap Seats.
I love it. That little boy's going to grow up to be president of the United States.
I hope so. Actually, I would never wish that upon anybody.
I can think of worse people.
I was going to say, I know some people be okay with him taking the job right now. But I digress.
It looks like there's going to be a new quarterback for the Jackets.
Oh, they're getting yep. Yes. They may be getting somebody ready. McCullough's back in there for the Bulls.
Ooh.
And Davis, who's made a couple really nice plays today, unable to bring that one in. Chalmers was there. That wasn't going far.
I really like Davis, though.
Yeah, Brian Davis, nice ball player.
Kid. I like that.
Nice ball player.
He's a senior, 6'3".
6'2", 185. Solid size.
I remember when I was 6'2", I only weighed 126.
I won't tell you how much I weighed when I was 6'2".
2nd and 10 coming for the Bulls. More substitutions coming on that defensive front for the Jackets. Evans is in the ball game on the right side. Slashes through, chases that down. Ball carrier beats him to the punch, though, and is going to pick up 7, maybe 8 there. The lights are out on us, and I'm not 100% certain who had the carry there, Nate.
Number 32.
Number 32.
Sure.
We had Kamari Crumpler, a
All right.
sophomore coming in at 5'7" with no weight listed.
That's his second carry of the night. He was during that misdirection pile-up earlier.
There we go. Looks like E.E. Smith is putting in some of their younger guys, too.
Wow.
Here it comes. Nothing downfield, just throws it away. Good call
Prince
there.
got there and just came up short. Boy, that young man's got a motor.
Gosh, I like that kid, too.
I might have to go down on the field later and trade jerseys with him. I'll give him my polo.
All right, 4th and 4 coming. Bulls offense stays on the field. Need a conversion here. 2:46 left in the third quarter.
What do you do here if you're E.E. Smith? What's your play call, Chris?
You know what? Brian Davis has been the guy all night. I would try to isolate him, and it looks like they're going to get man coverage down here on the bottom of the bottom of the field, going down the field. He's behind Chalmers, and it gets underthrown. He comes back
still comes up
to the
with
football and is dragged down at the 7-yard line. Brian Davis is a heck of a ball player. That was a 50-50 ball you'd like. There were 2 jackets there. Brian Davis just went out, fought him for the ball.
Chalmers has got a little cramping going on. It looks like he should just roll off the field.
And that's what Coach Burrow's telling him.
Yeah,
He says, get off the field. Get out of here. You got beat. Don't act hurt.
Come on.
Oh, look, you're fine. Get out. Let's go. Maybe that's why I'm not coaching anymore, guys.
I think Chalmers had a little massage envy. Everyone else was getting their massages on the table. He needed some loving. All right, we need a big stop here.
All right.
Something's going on.
First and goal from just inside the 10. They marked the ball dead at about the 8. Clock's running. Inside 2.5 minutes left in the third. And I tell you, 4 big plays on offense for the Bulls tonight. 3 of them have been Brian Davis doing something really cool.
So if you're sitting here, you see Lee County is now rolled into a cover 2.
Wow!
Ooh.
I have a feeling
Prince.
that I know who the player of the week for this Lee County defense is going to be. Just a suspicion.
Just a guess. Just a guess.
You know, I hereby dub thee DDP.
DDP, nothing compares to you, buddy.
DDP.
Wish you could see us right now.
I don't
guys.
think Diamond Dallas Page has a trademark on that.
Oh.
And I don't much care. And I tell you what, they got another receiver over there on the other side.
Yeah.
Says, I'm not bad either. Jordan Woodward.
Hey, Jordan Woodward.
The athlete.
The athlete.
Making a play. Touchdown, Bulls.
Touchdown is number 8, Jordan.
That was just a pass that you trust your wide receiver is going to get right into that zone. He flung it up there, and the wide receiver did his job.
Well, fact is, there have been several 50-50 balls thrown by the Bulls tonight, and every single one of them has been caught by a Bull.
If you are Hope County looking at this Lee County defense, that's what you're looking at right now. You're looking at these guys from E.E. Smith, these 50-50 balls, they're winning. Now, I don't know Hope County's athletes. I haven't watched them. But if you're some of these opponents coming up on Lee County's schedule, this is what you're thinking about now. Where can we get our isolation and where can we get a ball? We do have a timeout on the field.
We do. Not quite sure where the disconnect was there, but the Bulls wanted to talk about that conversion. Scores 47-18, 1:44 left in the third. I don't know what they were looking at.
Don't know.
But we're about to find out, I suppose.
Don't know. If you're E. Smith, you don't try another field goal. You just can't.
No.
You got to go for 2 here. Not for any hope of winning the game, but out of self-pride, out of some dignity.
All right, Bulls ready. Jack is still talking it over. We'll see what the E.E. Smith staff had up their sleeve.
Hey, on Max Preps, E.E. Smith is winning 47-12.
All right, well, I'd say Max Preps.
It's pretty good.
McCullough takes the snap, rolls to his right. And E.E. Smith got away with a hold, but didn't do any good as the pass is incomplete in the back right side of the end zone.
Mr. Jordan Batts on that batted ball there.
Trent, while we get lined up for kickoff, how about another sponsor?
Well, you know that the NFHS network will be bringing you all the games of the week. And they're also brought by Crystal Copus, is one of our lovely sponsors, and her Remax Real Estate Services. You know, nobody sells more homes than Remax. And First Bank, banking done simple.
All right, at halftime, Hope County still up 6-0 on the Southern Lee Cavaliers.
Last score from Triton High School against Overhill, still up 21-13. And still no score from our friend with Lonnie Cox there at Union Pines versus Montgomery Central.
Finally, we'd like to acknowledge our grand patrons who are identified by their
Douglas Byrd has taken the lead over the Western Hornet Eagles 20-17 in the third quarter.
on your way to the concession stand, and thank you, grand patrons.
Douglas Byrd, what a program of back in the day. They were state powerhouses.
All right, Bulls to kick off. We've seen E.E. Smith play it straight. We've seen some hijinks. We've seen all kinds of stuff. We've seen big returns from the Jackets. So there's no telling what we're about to get here.
Chris, I'm not sure if that kicker knows what he's about to put it here.
Well, that's not going to go 10 yards. So that's down at the 45. And it was meant to be an onside kick. However, it has to travel 10 yards before the kicking team can touch it.
That had a net of 5 yards.
Yep.
First and 10.
No yards on the return.
45-yard line.
That's shorter than 10, I'm sure.
It was 50% there.
All right, change at tailback.
Change at quarterback.
No.
Nope, that's still coming.
Colin Johnson's still in there. Number 22 at tailback.
Jaden Marshall, a junior, coming in at 5'11", 170. Listed as a QB and a cornerback.
McKendall in motion. There's the tailback. Gets his first carry of the season. And it'll go for 4 yards.
On the carry for the Jackets.
Oh, 25. My mistake.
25.
My mistake.
Mr. Marcus Gray, who's a senior, coming in at 6 feet even at 215 pounds.
All right. Marcus Gray with his first carry of the season picks up 4. Bring up 2nd and 6. Stack receivers on both sides.
He's also listed as a defensive end, so if they're going to keep feeding him the ball, I would expect a whole lot of up the middle.
Oh, the jet sweep action is going to lose 3 on the play. That was Carlos Bercia on the carry. Little trickeration going on. Trent?
On the carry for the Jackets.
Yeah. That was a little trickery.
All right, clock counting down inside a minute left in the third quarter. Colin Johnson backed up 3rd and 9.
We are looking at trips to the wide side here. Let's see if
got
we
man
get a
coverage.
screenplay.
Got man coverage up at the top of the screen on that right side. Look there.
You've got tunnel there if they want it.
Nope.
Nope, they don't.
Going to hand up the middle, play it close to the vest. I'm a little surprised by that. Gray carries tacklers for 5 all the way down to the 40-yard line. Going to bring up 4th and 4.
Marcus Gray on the
And that'll bring us to the end of the quarter, and we'll have to wait till then to figure out whether we're going to punt this thing or go for it on 4th down. You are watching the NFHS Game of the Week, brought to you by New Image Media.
It's my favorite time of the year. Football is back. I would like to personally invite you to come down for your next new or pre-owned vehicle purchase. With one of the largest new and pre-owned inventories in the area, come see us today for discounts that the competition simply can't match or beat. If you drive in Sanford, why not buy in Sanford? Come see me, the deal maker. Come and get that big town deal with that small town feel right here at Crossroads Ford in Sanford.
All right, welcome back to the NFHS Game of the Week. I'm Chris Delambert, color guy Nate Cochrane, and man, jack of all trades, the professor, Trent A. Nichols.
Hello.
Director tonight, Win Crazley. I know Terry McMillan's on a camera here. Who else is running cameras tonight, Win? That's it, Terry running 8 different cameras all by himself. Boom! Yes!
Man of many talents there, Mr. Terry.
He's like that guy that carries a bass drum, the cymbals on his knees.
Yes.
Saxophone, harmonica stand, guitar.
Yes.
Gentlemen, you could not ask for a better night for football. Oh.
No,
beautiful.
Got a happy home crowd here for the Jackets. Everything going their ways. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that sunset. Dusk has settled in on Lee County. Beautiful sunset right across the way. All right, 4th and 5. Colin Johnson, 4 wide receivers, brings one in motion. That's Bertasia. And check, see what happens with defense. Got man coverage up the top of the screen. That's where he's going. Gray rolling over to protect. He's going to roll left, throw left. Not any of that happened. Gray fighting. He's going to have the first down. What good, tough running.
Gain of
keep
7.
His legs
Nate,
moving.
that makes you happy, doesn't it?
Oh, boy. He lowered that shoulder, kept his legs churning, and rolled. That's what you like to see from a senior.
Looks like about a gain of 7 on that. Carried the pile with him.
Needed 6, got 7.
That's what you call, guys, a program kid. He knows he's not going to play college ball at running back in front of the 2 people in front of him, and Larry Baldwin and Mr. Bullware, and he's still churning. You like it. That's the type of kid you want all the time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 1st and 10, they'll work some clock. I think we'll see the pace slow down just a little bit. Colin Johnson barking out signals. Hands to Gray again. Gray up the middle. Good, hard run again, pushing the pile. And he'll have about 4 on the carry. 2nd and 6 coming, 11:30 to go.
I think we're going to see a lot of this power scheme from here on out from Lee County.
Yeah.
Not so much a power scheme, but more power runs.
Gray checks out. Larry Baldwin into the game at tailback, and I think he'll get some fresh legs in there. And I tell you, running that thing right up the belly, that's what Larry Baldwin does best.
And he loves it. He lives for it.
Let me thump somebody.
We got more stacked formation here. We've only seen this once tonight from Lee County.
Hand is to Baldwin.
Makes you wonder they thrown it out there just for the deceptive purposes of making Hope County plan for it.
Plows ahead, going to bring up 3rd and short. 3rd and a long, 2 coming up. And E.E. Smith continues to win the Battle of the Band. Did the Lee County Band? I don't think the Lee County Band is in attendance tonight.
No, I don't even see them.
They're a no-show. That's unacceptable.
Guys, we got to get the arts back in Lee County.
Unacceptable. I agree. McKindle in motion. Johnson with the pitch to Baldwin that went awry. Going to lose a couple, bring up 4th down about 4.
Tackle by number 23, Markel Samuel.
Anybody who's been to a Lee County or Southern Lee football game past couple years, the bands have been disappointing.
That's Cochrane, C-O-C-H-R-A-N-E. R-A-N-E. Nathan, 1 each. No, it is fair to say. And, you know, pretty much anytime we go on the road, you look and it's like, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, ball's not hauled in.
You have a turnover on downs.
Let's go in the other direction. 9:30 left. Clock stopped. 47-18 Jackets. Putting in a lot of fresh new personnel on offense and showing a little bit.
we are still seeing some of the starters, though. We still see Mr. Chalmers. We still see Mr. Evans out on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
DDP is checked out. Des Evans checked back in on the defense, which is interesting. Baldwin back in there at defense. Yeah, interesting mix of personnel here. And motion on the offense. Back them up, make it 1st and 15.
I wish that I had kept up with statistics for tonight of how many yards of penalties E.E. Smith had. Because they've had to have, if they're not at 100, they've got to be close.
You know what? I think they're short of that. I'm going to say, if I had to venture a guess and pull a number out, I'd say about 80 yards.
80 yards.
That's my gut. Taking a shot down the field. Does not get behind the defensive back. Good coverage there on the play.
Number 2, Jeremy Evans, the wide receiver on that play.
Yeah, Goldston on coverage there, had him step for step.
Somebody's a little slow to get up.
More cramping, we hope that's all it is.
I think it was Chalmers.
Yeah, that looks to be what it is.
That is Mr. Chalmers.
Need some yellow mustard out there on the field.
Yellow mustard. Where's the what is wrong with the concession stand?
Why do they not have it running out
They
here?
need.
You know, they've got the medical crew, the sports medicine folks that are running back and forth. Oh, and Dr. McConville did make it today. He was just running a little bit late. But that's what they need. They need a mustard guy.
Yeah. I mean, you have all these wonderful student people giving them water. Where's the mustard girl?
Why does it have to be a girl?
Or boy. Doesn't matter.
It's 2019, Trent.
It's 2019.
Maybe the person in green, she has mustard on her.
That could be it. I think she's carrying the mustard. That may be it. So as we take a quick break for the administration of the mustard, I'll spin the break trying to figure out exactly what it would take for the Lee County School Board to build a brand new press box here at Paul B. Gay Stadium. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
It's going to be a long.
It's game day at Classic Nissan. The starting lineup. Your captains on offense, number 5, Holden Cruz. And number 10, Jasmine Dole. Your captains on defense, number 55, Wesley Tater Womack. Number 7, Steve Dandred. Whether you're a Yellow Jacket or a Cavalier, everybody gets a classic deal. For sales, service, or parts, visit us at ClassicNissanSanford.com or in person on Highway 87, right across from Walmart in Sanford.
Welcome back. You just missed another 50-50. Dave is doing his thing out there, catching that 50-50 ball.
Tough call.
There's a holding in the back. Well,
they're going to get pass interference on the defense, and it didn't matter. Davis said, "That's my football," and went up and ripped it away.
There's a flag in the backfield.
Oh, there's one in the backfield, too.
Yeah.
Oh.
While the Zebras get together, remember Zaxby's. Friends, family, and flavor. Stop by Zaxby's today and try a chicken sandwich. It may be better than Popeyes. It may be better than Chick-fil-A. Who knows? It's Zaxby's.
I don't know whose it's better than, but I am certain you can get one on a Sunday. That's all I know.
That's what's most important.
Just saying.
I tell you, though, if you go get the blue cheese salad at Zaxby's, quite good.
Yeah, all right.
Wow.
All right.
I love a good salad, you know.
Wow, okay, good.
Well, as most of you know, well, maybe you don't know, Mondays throughout the football season, with the exception of this Monday, because of the fact that we're actually playing football, from this point on every Monday, we will be hosting the Zaxby's Coaches Show, hosted by yours truly, where Coach Ken Neal of the Southern Lee Cavaliers Coach Purdue, they will come hang out with me for about 15 minutes apiece. We'll give some hardware out to the players of the week from both schools and talk about what's happened the week before and what's going on the week ahead. It's a lot of fun. And I get to eat a lot of chicken throughout the year. So it's just awesome. It's amazing.
What's to lose there?
Not
Nothing.
much. No.
Nothing.
So Zaxby's, you have a favorite sauce?
I really like the Asian zing one that they have.
Oh, fair enough.
I love that though.
Okay. I'm a tongue torch guy.
Oh, I hear you.
Yeah, I'm a tongue torch guy all the way through and through.
Yep. And I'm a blue cheese guy. I'm not a ranch guy. I'm a blue cheese guy.
Okay.
All the way.
Yeah. I'm a blue cheese guy too.
Are you really?
Yeah. That's how I enjoyed when I first ate my first chicken wing. That's where I fell in love with blue cheese. It's the first time I tried chicken wings.
How old were you when that happened, Trent?
I think it was about 18, 19. I was living in New York City and working at a Pizzeria Uno's on 3rd Avenue.
All right, just cross midfield. McCullough takes snap, pitches. Play coming left. Get a steam. Cut down at the 40-yard line, but not until he's picked up 9 on the play. Number 32 on the carry.
Kamari Crumpler.
Kamari Crumpler again. Nice, good run.
Sophomore. So, Coach Donald over there at E.E. Smith getting his younger guys some reps, seeing what they can do. Giving some hope for that sophomore class.
Now, at this point of the game, is this all just confidence builder for them? Or just working on some stuff to get better for next week?
Both.
Both.
Crumpler with another carry. Going to pick up the first down on a short run.
I have to ask because I've never lost a game that I coached in football. So
congratulations.
Yeah.
My mistake, not Crumpler on that carry. It was Jeremy Evans. Sean McCullough takes the snap, gets that ball out quick, got a man. Crumpler in the flat, going to be pulled down after a gain of 3. Clock running at 8:20. Bulls down 29. Yeah. Took some ciphering.
29.
I was waiting on one of you guys to jump in there and help me out. I'm like, those are weird numbers. Those are weird numbers to be subtracting from one another.
47 minus 18.
Man in motion, McCullough looking down the field. Under pressure.
Number 50.
Evans got him. And, whoa, I tell you what.
That was a dangerous ball there.
It was. It was. The defender came up and tried to make a play, but the ball went right over his head and quite nearly pulled in by the Bulls receiver there.
Number 50.
But alas,
he could feel Prince
falls short.
breathing down his neck and had to get rid of that ball. Prince.
As always tonight, Mr. DDP himself.
DDP.
So who selects the player of the week? Is that you, Chris?
Yeah, sort of.
Okay.
Sort of. We'll put our heads together with Hockaday and his crew, or we'll just make the call.
It should be
kind of up to us.
From the Cheap Seats Twitter poll.
That's an interesting.
What a novel idea.
Give the people.
That is an interesting thought.
A voice in this selection process.
That's an interesting thought. We might have to work that out.
Make a call. Make that happen.
So what all awards do y'all give?
Offensive Player of the Week and Defensive Player of the Week.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. There we go.
So that said, Defensive Player of the Week, are the three of us in agreement?
Oh, Mr. Prince.
Oh, yeah, Prince.
Oh, Mr. Prince. No doubt.
Another floater. Intercepted.
Oh, now ball was out of bounds.
McCullough's pass is incomplete.
And now we're seeing some tired legs over there on the E.E. Smith side. Brian Evans has put in yeoman's work today.
Got to give it to the kid. Hasn't quit. Has not slowed down a step. Lee County coming out back in their doubles formation here. We would expect to see some more runs, but you never know.
Gray back in at tailback.
New quarterback.
There's the hand, and that's going nowhere.
Good pick up there, Professor.
Thank you, sir.
Nowhere.
Number 14.
Number 14, Mr. Will Patterson, sophomore, coming in at 6'3", 170 pounds.
Tackled by number 56.
The future of the Yellow Jackets, guys.
Quite possibly. Quite possibly.
One of.
That number 56 is John Humphrey.
Clock counting down inside 7.5 minutes to go. Jackets in no hurry at this point. We wondered if they might begin clearing the bench, and it's happened in earnest at this point.
An interesting event happened Saturday for all of our viewers who follow high school football. Wake Forest lost. Their 45-game win streak is no more. The Cardinal Gibbons, I don't know what their mascot is, but they beat them.
That's a big deal.
45 wins in a row is a big daggum deal. And then to lose, Cardinal Gibbons is really good.
Yes, they are.
But, yeah.
Yeah, I heard they fired their coach after that. To Wake Forest. I'm just joking.
Yeah,
I don't think that's true.
That didn't happen.
I'm pretty sure that's not true.
That was Gray on third down, gets a couple, and that'll bring up fourth down, and the punt team will roll out there. 6.5 to go.
Something that would never happen with our new image media happened in the Wake Forest Cardinal Gibbons game. Coverage was stopped midway through. It was taken off live TV. So
really?
Why?
That I wasn't aware of.
It's all speculation of why, but something new image will never do. Take us off midair.
What's the speculation, Nate?
The speculation was the NCHSAA decided that a local TV channel needed to pick it up to finish it, and instead they showed Judge Judy.
Wow.
So it went from Wake Forest Cardinal Gibbons to Judge Judy.
Amazing.
Which, don't get me wrong, Judge Judy's quite entertaining, I'm sure, but high school football is more entertaining to me personally.
You know, I haven't been able to watch Judge Judy for like months now because of DirecTV. Thank you very much.
Why? What's going on?
They don't carry CBS.
Oh.
How am I going to watch football?
What are you going to do this?
Cut the cord and get Hulu.
Absolutely.
I don't know, man. Disappointed.
Yeah, that was one of the final straws with my family and I. We cut the cord. The CBS thing with DirecTV was about the final straw.
There are really two channels that I watch TV shows on. CBS being number one, number two, HBO. So,
well, I'm not going to endorse one streaming service over the other, but there is one that offers HBO as part of their primary package, and that's what we went to. And total savings, $143 a month.
Also the one I went to.
Okay, very nice.
So,
and you know, in November, that package gets even cooler.
How so?
Just saying. Disney Plus and ESPN.
Oh, yeah.
So the package Hulu's rolling out is Hulu, Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN, $12.99 a month.
You can't beat it.
No.
You can't beat it.
Now, I'm sure that'll be another $30 or so to get the Hulu live.
Oh, yeah.
Fine, you got me.
Yeah.
But wherever the Marvel universe is, that's where I'm headed anyway. So Netflix, you better get your game together.
It's still going to be $100 cheaper than cable or satellite.
Yes.
So still net savings.
Yes. All right, down inside, 5.5 to go. Uh-oh.
Found a hole.
Uh-oh.
Boom.
Look at Crumpler with the big run. Going to get 28 on the carry. First down, Bulls. And, you know, it's good in games like this. It rewards, it warms my heart. When you see the team over there is down 29 points, a couple of minutes left, when they're still playing hard. They're still blocking up their assignments. They're still digging, pumping those legs. A lot to be said for that.
We have not seen a quit in these Bulls tonight.
We have not.
So we must commend them on that.
McCullough, Davis, little bit alligator arms there. He's not perfect. He's close, but he's not perfect.
Contrary to our previous statements. That E.E. Smith band is still rocking and rolling.
All right, Hope County has stretched their lead out to 13-0 at Southern Lee.
Woo!
Lateral there to Crumpler. Crumpler making moves. Wrapped up by Landon Johnson. Nice open field tackle by the big man.
That is a rough start for head coach Ken Neal. You know, when Lonnie Cox left, he said he was going to be his own offensive coordinator and come out and, as of right now, lay a goose egg on the offensive side. That's a tough start. Tough start. You know, the Hope County's always kind of one of those toss-up teams. They always have athletes. You never quite know what you're going to get with them. So, hope the Cavaliers can get it together.
Well, we'll be on hand calling the Pinecrest game next week as Southern goes down to Moore County to take on Pinecrest.
There's a flag on the play.
And Hope County comes crosstown, spends 2 weeks in a row in Sanford. They'll be playing Lee County next week.
Not a bad drive down there to Hope County.
A very special happy birthday wishes.
And I say next week. What I mean is 4 days from now.
4 days from now.
So we'll be right back doing this 4 days from now.
And I tell you guys, it is a hard turnaround when you play on a Monday to turn around and prepare for a Friday. And this should also be the first week of JV. So a lot of the coaches will be coaching another ball game in 3 nights. So very quick turnaround. We ran into this quite a few times during hurricane season, which I pray that we don't have to do that this year. It seems like we've been doing it the past couple years with Hurricane Matthew and Michael. But, boy, that really plays a hard role. Hard role on the kids, on the coaches, on the fans, everybody. Number 6 here from E.E. Smith is breaking one of the cardinal sins of high school football, touching a referee's flag. You don't do that.
Fans, your Yellow Jackets are at Northwood this Friday night. Make sure to travel to Pittsburgh to see Follow Jacket
Northwood,
Nation.
according to our PA.
Is it Northwood? Is it not Hope County? What's going on? I don't know.
I can't tell you. Northwood got smacked Friday night against Apex Friendship.
Lee County's got – I could have sworn they had Hope County this weekend.
I thought they did too.
My bad.
So Northwood, historically a pretty decent 3A program.
Well, Northwood, the school that ought to be in the Tri-County 6 and make it the Tri-County 7, that's another thing you need to get on, Coach. Make it your mission.
I'll get it. I'll write my letter tomorrow.
That is a crime that they're not in the same conference as the Lee County schools. On 4th down, Bulls are going to come up short, and Lee County will take over, and the bench has officially been cleared at this point.
Davis is slow to get up.
That's not good.
Got popped in the head. Coming down.
Our Mr. PA was correct. Lee County is at Northwood, according to Max Preps.
Well, Max is pretty smart.
That's what I heard.
When does Lee County have Hope County? Because I know they're coming up.
September 13th.
All right.
So
I was just a little bit ahead of myself.
After going to Northwood, they go to Fayetteville to face the Douglas Bird. I don't remember what their mascot is. On the 6th. And then the 13th, they're at Hope County. And then on the 20th, they're hosting Fike. And on the 27th, they're hosting Ensign County.
And then conference play starts.
Then they go into Triton. After a bye week that both Lee County and Southern Lee share. So where will we be, Chris?
Union Pines.
Union Pines.
Latest update from Southern Lee.
Yeah, we'll have the Cavaliers and the Jackets 6 times apiece, including the Brick City Bowl. So 5 games independent of one another than the Brick City Bowl. And we'll have Union Pines 3 times. We'll have both games against the Sanford schools, and we'll have them during the bye week. I think they're playing Cummings that week. I'm not sure.
They are playing Cummings. You're correct.
There you go.
At the Pines. What a great place.
Oh, my gosh.
What a
it?
fun atmosphere for high school football.
Well, when we were putting the schedule together, we were looking at it, considering possibilities. Yeah, a chance to go to Union Pines. Yeah, all day. And you talk – it's funny that you talk about the band with E.E. Smith because the best band in our conference,
Union Pines,
bar none, is Union Pines.
Oh, that's not even a competition.
Yeah, beautiful venue, the HD display board out there on the field. The whole community turns out for the games. It's a really great place to take in a high school football game.
I tell you, I know their athletic director there, Mr. Bobby Purvis, and he is top-notch all about the kids. He was a huge spearhead for that video board, and what a nice facility they have.
It's a good one. It is a good one.
You know, I'm going to enjoy throughout the year seeing all of the bands because I've always heard them, but I've never actually get to see them before.
That's true.
So I've never gotten to see any of the halftime shows.
Had not considered
So
that.
I'm excited to see as we progress all of the bands.
All right, look like this injury may linger for a moment. We'll take a quick break as they attend to the injured player, and we will see you. There's 4:14 left. Jackets up 47-18. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
90 years ago, First Bank was founded. You know First Bank, the one where you are greeted by name, the one dedicated to the community, and the one born in the heart of the Carolinas.
We help our customers to realize their dreams by providing financial solutions and building trusted relationships. Hi, I'm David Fashee, and we are First Bank.
All right, welcome back. Looked as though the player that's injured on the far side was up. There he goes. He's going to make it off on his own power. Shot to the head as the crowd on both sides gives a little round of applause as he's able to get off the field. 4:14 left. Appreciate you sticking with us through the entire coverage of the Lee County Yellow Jackets hosting the E.E. Smith Golden Bulls. It's been a blast, gentlemen.
Oh, it's been a ton of fun.
Nate, now you can say your debut is in the books.
I'm excited. You know, I have one facet left of high school football to do now.
You officiate.
I don't want to do that.
Work the concessions.
There you go.
Ball boy.
There you go. I need to be.
You could be the mustard guy.
I can be the mustard guy.
Yes, sir.
Yellow mustard.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yellow mustard.
Someone contact Heinz. I need a sponsorship.
You know, by the time this is all said and done, I'm not sure that Gray's not going to have more carries than A.J. Boulware tonight.
Not as many touchdowns.
He got some work to do if he wants to catch him in touchdowns. But, you know, Boulware had, you know, a handful of big runs. Didn't get a whole lot of work outside of that.
No. You're right. You're absolutely right. It'll be interesting to look at the statistics once these are put out, the different player stats going through, who all, you know, what looks really impressive on paper. Because in reality, this Lee County offense, starting today, looked incredibly impressive.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
they imposed their will on E.E. Smith for the majority of the game. And so, you know, the stats might not be as impressive as we expect, you know, but it'll be interesting to see those.
Well, the other piece, and I think part of it is part of it is what we talked about with the short week coming. I don't think they wanted to gas these guys too bad.
Oh, yeah.
But Coach Purdue is not known as a guy that takes his foot off the gas. And had this game happened week 3 on a Friday night, we'd have had a running clock. I can promise you that.
I would tend to agree with you.
And the starters might still be in there with 3.5 to go. All right, great. Taking in the back. Well, I tell you, can't be a whole lot of fun when you're just running the same play over and over again. The defense pretty much figured it out at this point, and they're just teeing off. So 3rd and long coming up. Surely the ball's not going in the air.
I'm going to say they're probably going to hand it off, spread it out a little bit.
Clock inside of 3 minutes. Most of the fans stuck around. I'm impressed. I'm not going to lie. Not a huge crowd tonight, but that's to be expected on a Monday.
Oof. But for a Monday, pretty decent turnout.
Yeah,
Decent turnout.
for sure. For sure.
Shows how excited people are about Lee County football this year.
For E.E. Smith.
Well, I hope that statement or that excitement is sustained and doesn't become complacency, because I think they've been a victim of that a little bit each of the last couple of years.
Yep.
Remember, Lee County hadn't lost a regular season game in 2.5 years.
Since the last Southern game.
Yes.
3
years ago.
It was Don Simon. That was Lee County's last regular season game. Was Don Simon's last game against against Lee County.
3+ years ago.
Was that 2016?
It was 17 and 18. It was 2016.
It was 2016.
It was 2016. 2017, 2018, and now 2019. Lee County is undefeated in the regular season.
Wow. What a run.
Yeah.
What a run.
Think about Colin Johnson as a starting quarterback, because he's been the starting quarterback every single one of those games, where their record now is going to move to 25, 26-2. All right, Kirk with the hand. Picks up a couple. Clock inside of 2 minutes. Yeah, we'll have to get confirmation on the number, but Colin Johnson at this point is going to move to, is it 13, 14? I'm going to say 27-2 as a starting quarterback. It's pretty impressive.
That's no joke.
Nope.
That is no joke, guys. But, because there's always a but.
Larry Baldwin still hunting for scalps.
To instill a legacy, you got to get out of the first 2 rounds of state playoffs.
This is true. Coach Purdue and his staff and every player, everybody associated with that program will tell you their goal was to win a state championship. They're not going to be impressed with the second round of the playoffs.
No.
They're not going to be impressed with the third or the fourth.
This is a championship or bust team.
All right, Woodward hands off. Nope,
Option.
fakes now.
Whoa,
Oh, there goes
we
Woodward,
got an
turns it back
option.
up into the inside.
There's that athlete right there. He's an athlete first.
I love it.
Wide
I
receiver
love it.
second.
Why not?
Why not?
You know, the question is there, Trent, why has that variety not been shown earlier? Because Lee County was not prepared for that option.
All right, there's the hand to Kirk. And going to pick up a first down. That clock will stop to spot the ball, move the chains. If E.E. Smith hurries, they can get one more play off. If they don't, that'll be it.
That should be it, guys.
Woodward trying to get one more bite at the apple. And the crowd is headed for the parking lot. Woodward going to take that snap, hand it to Kirk. Nope, fake. Taking it himself, gets it out the right. He is going to run it out of bounds as time expires, and that'll put a bow on this. Lee County Yellow Jackets 47, E.E. Smith 18. A game dominated from front to back by the Lee County Yellow Jackets. We will see you right after this break with the First Bank postgame show. You're watching the NFHS Game of the Week, brought to you by New Image Media.
90 years ago, First Bank was founded. You know First Bank, the one where you are greeted by name, the one dedicated to the community, and the one born in the heart of the Carolinas.
We help our customers to realize their dreams by providing financial solutions and building trusted relationships. Hi, I'm David Fashee, and we are First Bank.
Years ago.
Chris Delambert, host of From the Cheap Seats, here with Theo Stratos, the new general manager at Classic Nissan. How are you?
Doing great. Glad to be here.
Now, Classic Nissan's been a partner with us on high school athletics for several years now, and we appreciate that continuing. Where were you before you came to Sanford?
I was in Charlottesville, Virginia. Okay. Yes, so that's where I'm from, and excited to be working here in the Sanford area, where an actual colleague that I used to work with for another company, actually we talked, and he invited me to come see the store, and it's all worked out really, really well. I'm excited to be here in the community to support, and all about building strong relationships, and excited for the team. They're doing so well. Yeah.
Well, very good. Sounds like you're all settled in and happy to be here. That's good to know.
Yes.
And we appreciate the continued support of Classic Nissan. How is the car business right now?
So actually, we're up year over year. Things are going well. Everything is moving great. I mean, we have worked hard to build a strong team. In fact, 2 of the players for the team, their fathers work for Classic Nissan. So a couple of the star players actually. And so yeah, this is like family here. So.
What's hot in the world of Nissan right now? What's the hottest thing going?
We're looking at the Maxima. That's very hot. We just acquired the new body style 2020 Sentra. We got our first one in yesterday, and more to come. So yeah, the Rogue does extremely well. The Murano, we do well here in the area with the Armada, and also the Altima does very well. So yeah, it's a strong market here here.
Well, very good. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, let's go team, right? Let's go team. We're here to watch the game and have fun, and that's what we're going to do, right? Talk to people.
Yes, talking to people.
Yes.
That's what we do all the time.
I want to meet the people here. Everyone's so kind.
Head on over to Classic Nissan, and she's going to find you the right car. I have no doubt. All this success she's talking about, it's all right here. All attributable to her.
It's all the strong team, so I'm really proud of our team, and again, I appreciate the opportunity to be here to support the community and the school. It's exciting. Thank you for having me.
All right, and thanks again to you and your team and everything you do for high school sports here in Lee County. We couldn't do it without you.
My pleasure.
Have a great night. Enjoy some football.
All right, let's do it.
Welcome to the First Bank postgame show.
Analysis. What you saw was domination from top to bottom, left to right, back and front for Lee County. The offense paced by 144 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground by A.J. Bulware. We saw the passing game look pretty good, but then in retrospect, there were only 2 Jackets that caught footballs tonight, and one of them was a 5-yard completion to Desmond Evans. All of the attack in the air went through Tyreek McKendall, who is one of those future foundational pieces for the Jackets. 116 yards, 2 big touchdowns, things of beauty. Defense got to clean up a little thing. Got to clean up a little bit. Nate, what'd you see?
I saw some missed tackling at times, and of course secondary play. I mean, secondary play is, if I'm going in as defensive coordinator into film tonight, tomorrow morning, going into film study tomorrow with the kids, secondary has to be better. Those 50-50 balls, you have to win most of them. You know, you really should win all of them, but most of them is what you're shooting for here. And just a few little tightened up things with tackling wise, but overall I thought tackling was a lot better today than it was last Friday. So going forward, that's my takeaway defensively.
You know, I thought that E.E. Smith, even though it didn't show on the scoreboard, came in with a good game plan.
Mm-hmm.
They knew that the strength of that Jacket defense was their pass rush, and they would not let that pass rush get off. You know, they were rolling the pocket. They get the ball out quickly. They ran the ball just enough to keep them honest. But I tell you what, the offense couldn't sustain drives because they kept shooting themselves in the foot with penalties. And then on defense, for the better part of this game, outside of the first 5 minutes and the last 5 minutes, they didn't do anything like stop the Jackets.
Mm-hmm.
And that's got to be frustrating. But a great individual performance tonight by Brian Davis, number 18, the wide receiver over there at E.E. Smith. We hope he's all right. Left late with an injury. Good athletes. This program is close. They got to clean it up.
Oh, yeah. Well, E.E. Smith, you're right. They just kept shooting themselves in the foot time and time again offensively. And their defense really, Friday night was a pretty good showing, finishing up pretty good in the middle. Oh, they've got to tackle. Oh, my goodness. Missed tackles, missed coverages. They've just got to do better.
All right, A.J. Boulware put on about 20 pounds this offseason. We wondered if he would lose a step. The answer is a resounding no. He is still electric. Not. He will still take it to the house if he gets a step on you. This is not a slow defense he was playing against. Once he got into the secondary, it was over. It's going to be exciting to watch him play as the year goes on. I see some 300- and 400-yard performances when he get into some of the smaller schools that they're going to play. It's going to be wild to see. Trent, 30 seconds. What's your take?
The Prince came out, played
DDP.
DDP was the best player on Friday night. He was the best player again tonight. I did like what the adjustments of E.E. Smith did when they came out tonight with those short little flare passes and got things going. I think they have a lot to be, I think they have a lot to look forward to. They will be an improved program, but Lee County, man, Prince was my guy.
All right, well, that'll put a bow on it. Appreciate Wynn Crazley, our director, Terry McMillan, master of the cameras. It's been a great night. Big win to open the season for the Yellow Jackets. We will see you next week from Pinecrest as the Cavaliers travel there Friday night. Can't wait to see what's in store. This has been the First Bank post-game show. I don't do that as well as you. We are out. Peace.
Thanks for watching the Game of the Week on the NFHS Network.